Right.
All right. Welcome back to another Thank Toss. It's Friday. This is a special event tonight, a special chat. A topic I don't think I've ever talked about in detail before. YouTube. How to succeed and or fail on YouTube. So you want to start a YouTube channel. Well, maybe you should go see my psychologist, Dr. Vinny. Oh, never mind. I won't go there. But I will share with you some of my experiences in YouTube over 8 years. What has worked out, what has not worked out. And maybe some of you out there who want to do this on a regular basis, maybe this will help you out, to avoid the bumps that I've gone through. So, anyway, we have some people in the house. There's talk of pizza. So I need to go eat. I'll catch you guys later. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Tim.
How are we doing today, Toss?
I'm doing good. I have a big rising crust frozen pizza in the freezer for tomorrow. So I might
Oh,
do that.
did you already have your evening meal today already?
Oh, yeah. I had that. I got my water. I'm gonna try to cut back on Pepsi since they won't sponsor me.
No,
But yeah,
those jerks.
I know. I tell you, just wait till I get a hold of Sprite. Oh, is that the same
But,
company? Never mind.
but no, Sprite's made by Coca-Cola, I think.
Okay, well
I
maybe
think
Coke.
there you go.
Uh,
I have a funny story I just have to share here before we get rolling.
Go ahead.
We didn't know what we were going to be doing for Thanksgiving,
Okay.
right? The plans are up in the air. You try to wrangle
Okay.
this person and that person. You know how it goes.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, we finally find out that we're actually going to have a group of people,
Hmm.
and my lovely wife, God bless her.
Hi, Tawny. Say hi to Tawny in the chat.
No,
Come on.
she isn't here, but maybe she'll
Oh,
rewatch this,
okay. All right.
right? So everybody comes together, and the person who's going to be kind of more prevalent family wise, not our family, but a friend of the family, decided, you know what, I'm going to go on Walmart.com and I'm going to order all the groceries because Walmart has these really neat little commercials on that say, they go ahead and order your groceries up and then just pull up to the door. Okay. So they decided to do this. I'm not kidding you. It took them, between my wife and two other people, it took about 4 hours, about six telephone calls, and
Hmm.
I don't know
Hmm.
how many emails just
Wow.
to coordinate getting the groceries ordered, who's going to pick them up, what time they're going to pick them up, this or that. Okay. Now, here's the thing. The only concern we have is Thanksgiving is what, 6 days away. So you go and buy a 18-pound, 20-pound frozen turkey today. It needs to get unthawed before you throw her in the cooker next Thursday. That's the only reason that we went through a half a day worth of this utter.
Oh, the joys of the holidays.
And I told the boss,
Hmm.
you know what, to avoid all of this, let's wait until this person gets back in town. You guys get your grocery list together, and I'm going to go right over to the grocery store and I'll buy a 20 to a 22-pound turkey. And we'll just
Hmm.
throw it in the fridge and we'll let it start going. Well, no, we don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. At that point, I went, okay, I am now out of this conversation. I will get up and put the turkey in the oven.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
Yep. Did you see what DT says? I don't do YouTube for the money. I do it for the chicks.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, Derek, a little bit of advice. Having invisible girls on your show isn't working, man. They have to be visible. In case you didn't know.
He does
What's
it.
up?
He does it for the
Steve, this topic pertains, I guess, to someone like you. So why don't you join in? I'm gonna send you the link here. You can join in. How does that sound? Sounds good. Thank you, Karin. Well, you're welcome. So let's
that
do
is
this. Then I'll go through what I have to say, and then we'll have some more people come on. Dan, I saw you come on. We'll have you jump on. I want to go. There's a lot to cover. I want to go through this as quickly as I can, and then we'll have some more people.
that's all
Join in.
right. He does it for the chicks.
Well, they're all invisible, man. So, you gotta, this isn't a special effects show that you're doing. You gotta have them visible.
Yeah. I was going to say, with as much work as people like he does, and you do, and a few of the other people that I watch, if you're getting paid in chicks, I'm surprised if that was the case. You should not have room to sit in the room that you're in because it'd be filled with women.
I wouldn't have time. I'd have to make
Yep.
them all happy. I'd be like, okay, Tina, you want the ice cream. Betty, you like the cheesecake. No, wait a minute. You wanted to. I'm losing my mind here. That's how it would. I'd have to have like a. I'd have to have like an Excel spreadsheet of all the girls. Okay, she likes brownie. She likes chocolate ice cream. She likes this, and Anyway. Oh, you add the chicks with the filter and Caden Live. Right,
Mm.
right. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Got it. Hello, Steve.
Hello, hello.
How's it going, man?
Oh, it is just ducky.
Stefan,
Uh,
nice to see you.
Hello,
yeah.
Mr. Tim. How you doing, my friend?
Good, and I hope you were well tonight.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, work's driving me nuts, but when doesn't it,
Uh,
right?
yeah. So, once again, if you are new to this, somebody new on the channel, please do say hi. Love to have new people, even if you have to lie. Well, don't lie. I draw the line in lying. Just say hi. And if you're a chick, you have to say hi to DT first. He'll give you his phone number, and we'll go from there. Hello, Timo. How are you? Timo, you're busy. You have a great. I know you're a driver, Tim. You have a safe holiday. I hope you're off on Thanksgiving. If not, I'll call Uncle Guido, and don't be surprised if you get a call off. Yes, hi guys and gals. If we have any girls on the show, we normally are nicer than this. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we aren't.
Shh, speak for yourself. Shh. I'm trying to get TT some chicks. Come on. Hello, Metal Lord. CJ, hello. How are you? Again, you were work during the stream. Okay, Paul. Well, thank you for being such a loyal follower. Thank you for your support, too. Those of you who missed it, you can replay this. What I'll probably do with this during the week, and I will transcode this into a podcast, into audio, and you can download it for free if you wish. So you can take it with you on the run, as it were, if you're a driver or whatever. So I think that'll be nice for you guys. So tonight's topic is YouTube, how to succeed and maybe how to fail, both at the same time. So if there are people out there who are watching this later thinking about doing YouTube more than just a hobby, and I just had a thought. If you're doing it for just a hobby, do you ever fail? Can you fail doing something as a hobby if it's just a hobby?
I have.
Oh, okay.
I've failed. I've tried a hobby or two, and
Oh, okay.
it's one of those things that just wasn't for me.
Okay. I guess it can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, well, certain hobbies you pick up on, you think you might be able to do it,
Right.
and then you don't. This, I mean, right now it's a little bit of a hobby, but it's my escape.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I'm making lots of boo-boos, but I'm learning by them.
DT says, take it on the run. Speedwagon fan toss. You take it on the run, baby.
Oh my god!
Don't let it go. No, yeah, I remember Speedwagon. Steve, your mic, your input volume is just a little bit on the high side.
Okay.
I'm hearing it in my ear, just a tad, yeah. Of course I know REO Speedwagon. I'm gonna keep on, yeah, loving you, right? Keep on loving you, yeah, sure I remember Speedwagon, yeah. My channel is cool. Thank you, Paul. It's really cool tonight. It's 32 degrees. Thank you. Mark Yates stepped out to get some Tylenol. I'm sorry. Oh, you just want to get Tylenol because of what we were doing.
I need to excuse myself for a second.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
How's that? Better?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Mark, yeah, there's a super interesting video I came across before leaving out by Joe. Okay, Mark, what did Joe Collins have to say? Sleepy Eyes Vince from Australia. What's up, mate? Got any veggie, mate? Ben, I need to get to what I have to say, and then I will invite you when I'm done. I had to jot down a lot of notes. There's a lot to cover. But I'll get you on you and Dan on when I'm done, okay? I wanted Steve on because he's starting his new channel, so he's trying to get into this. So I don't want to go through this as quickly as I can, but I promise I will have you on. Sorry that I haven't been on my son's house for Thanksgiving. Oh, hey, family first. Don't need to apologize. Family first. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for your support, Tim. Family first. Don't make me repeat it. It's like the Godfather says, the man who doesn't spend time with his family is not a real man. See what I'm saying? Anyway. Let's see if Tim can jump back on real quick and then we'll get started. So how you been, Steve?
I've been fine.
Good.
And I see you had some good humor there. I liked your sponsor.
Yeah, you saw that? Yeah. I just caught that image, bro. I'm thinking, what can I do with that video? With that image, I can do that. I thought I would catch people by surprise. It was almost like clickbait, but in a way it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know? So, Metal Lord, Melbourne? Wow. We have an international show for this evening. I love it. I love it. Paul says, you wish your teenage daughter understood family first. You want me to have a little talk with her? I'll get my cousin Vinny to call her, okay? Well, I guess in a way this is a family of us, right?
Definitely.
You know, God City, Sleepy Eyes Vince? Oh, interesting. Okay. Tim, you're back? Okay.
Yes, I am. Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
Not a problem. Paul says, please do talk to your daughter. Me and Vinny to straighten her out. No problem. Okay.
You know, being a teenager, if she knew what family was when she was a little bit younger, she'll come back around.
Right. Okay. Let's get started. You like this family, so do I. Thank you. All right, lots to cover here. So how to succeed on YouTube. Hopefully this will help someone out like Steve or somebody else. And I'm by no means an expert on this, but I think after 8 years I have a little bit of something to share with you. All right, so YouTube was started in 2005 by 3 guys who worked for PayPal. Just a brief history. 2005, 3 guys who worked for PayPal got together. Let's start a YouTube. It was sold in 2006 to Google, and the rest is history. Some stats. There are a total number of monthly active YouTube users, 1.9 billion. Isn't that like 1/3 of the planet? That's a lot of users. Now, content creators like myself, there's approximately 50 million, based, I'm assuming these stats are accurate. So content creators, 50 million. That means I have a 1 in 50 million chance to be famous on YouTube. I don't know if that's good odds or not. Anyway, those are the numbers. So the number of videos watched per day, 5 billion. That seems like a lot, but sometimes I'll binge on YouTube, so I guess it's possible. In 2017, the highest paid YouTube stars made a combined total of 127 million. That was in 2017. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Anybody want to take a guess what is the #1 video that was so popular it broke YouTube's video counter? Anybody here in the chat want to take a guess? I didn't know this till I saw this. It was the video that broke, that's what it says, broke YouTube's video counter.
It had to have, my vote would be it had to have been a little kid playing with a couple of toys. And the only thing they were doing is making little voices as they were playing with the toys.
No, that would be my guess, but you are wrong, my friend.
Okay.
Steve.
Would have to be a cat video.
I like cats, but meow, wrong. I'll give you a hint. It was a music video. It was so silly and dumb, but it was catchy.
Was it the guy that did Gangnam Style or whatever?
Open Gundam Style. Whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
whoop. That's it. That broke YouTube. And it's so dumb that it's funny. Now, I want you to remember this because sometimes it's not better to be better on YouTube. But I'll get to that. Yes, it was Gangnam Style. You are right. Exactly. So Open Gangnam Style or Gangnam Style broke YouTube's video count. I don't know how many millions of views. Anyway, all right. So success and failure with this channel. I started this channel back in 2010. I wanted to learn more about Linux. I didn't like what I saw on YouTube. So in true New York fashion, I said, forget about it. I'm stop complaining and do something. So I did something about it, and Total OS Today was born. A year later, I did my first podcast with IG from Australia. A year or so past that, I think I started doing weekly news and nonsense with Spatry's Cup of Linux. Now, it was during this time, this growth period of this channel, that the subs grew and the AdSense revenue went up also. So when the channel passed 2,000 subs or so, I was able to make enough money to cover the Comcast bill. Now, I realize it's not a lot of money, but considering when I started this channel from scratch, now when I say scratch, when I started YouTube, I knew this many people on YouTube, zero, nada, and here we are today. So it just goes to prove that it can be done. So I started from scratch, and I was happy with the growth considering where I started from. Now, slowly things started to change. As the subscribers grew, the AdSense revenue went down. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's what happened. Now, one of the reasons for all of this was the so-called adpocalypse on YouTube a few years ago. Advertisers did not want their ads on what I call garbage content or unfriendly content. To me, garbage content is any content that does not contribute to the common good of humanity. I'll just say that. So the advertisers, Coke, Pepsi, Black & Decker, they wanted YouTube to clean up its act. They didn't want their, like, if I'm working for Coca-Cola and I see my ad on a video that promotes violence or hatred, of course I don't want it there. So YouTube potentially could have lost $1 billion in revenue. At least that's what I read. YouTube panicked. Many channels got demonetized. The advertisers told YouTube, clean up your act or else. So YouTube panicked, understandably so. A lot of channels got demonetized, and so the scramble was on for many channels to find a way to survive, because now the whole YouTube universe has changed. Now, this wasn't the only reason why sub-channels fail or can't make it anymore, but it was something that didn't help. So from here, you have what I call band-aid solutions. You know, PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, Amazon links, and the list goes on and on and on. It's almost like some channels are becoming the first national bank of the channel versus concentrating on content creation. But I get it. There were channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers closing in on 1 million that needed help. So it wasn't unusual for a channel to lose 90% of its revenue almost overnight. It was like a shock to the system. Now, some channels that were not user-friendly content, in my opinion, well, they deserve it. But the problem was, because YouTube panicked, almost everybody took a hit. So the content creators that did not rely on AdSense were the smart ones. They were the slick ones. They probably knew that one day the system would crash, or they found AdSense completely unreliable. Okay, those are the guys that were smarter than me. I will admit it. The number of subs, I found this later, does not necessarily equal the amount of revenue gain for a channel. You would think as the subs grow, the revenue, but it doesn't necessarily work that way. Now, for this channel, all things considered, it far exceeded my expectations. I started from scratch. I had to learn Linux from scratch. Not Linux from scratch, the link for the download, but learning the whole thing about Linux from scratch, YouTube from scratch. The friends I made along the way, and here we are 8.5 years later, you know, marvelous people on YouTube, gaining knowledge, sharing knowledge, you know, sharing a joke or two. I started with nothing, you know. So overall, I am very, very, very happy with the channel. I am 99% happy with what I've accomplished. The only blemish is the AdSense revenue. I thought it would grow the way, like the way it grew before, and it hasn't, you know. So this is the only channel with not with that problem. But it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But as far as everything else goes, I really can't complain. So that being said, let's go into some tips for you guys who are starting off new. Show me the passion that you love. If you are a painter, show me how to paint. You are a chef, a cook, show me how to cook. Trust me, I'll watch. If you are a singer, teach me how to sing or entertain me. Our friend Stephanie, she's not really teaching, but she entertains us. That's a passion for what she does. You can feel it, and that's the key word. You don't just see it, hear it. You feel it. So if you sing to me. If you cook, teach me how to cook. If you paint, if you work on cars, if you do tech talk like me, teach me something I don't know. And if you can't, then entertain me, make me laugh. There was a comment last week, the video we did. Smart clothes. One guy wrote, "Yeah, this was the best 2-hour tech edutainment or something like that I've seen. And it was the best 2 hours on you." Thank you, whoever said that. But that's an example. The person who saw the show didn't just listen and see; he felt it. He felt, he felt the laughter, the jokes, the sense of family, the funness in the channel. So show me the passion that you love to do. Whatever it is, there's no right or wrong to this. Pick something that you like, make me laugh. Tell me a story. Show me how to do something. Be prepared to spend many hours in your chair creating content, like way past midnight to like 2 or 3 in the morning. When I was learning Linux on my own, that's what I did many times. 2 or 3 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. I didn't do a lot. At least I tried not to. But be prepared to spend a lot of hours to get it right. Now, it's possible you might get it wrong, and some of the content may stink. Don't give up. Keep on pushing. The content I did first was without a webcam, because I'll be honest, I didn't know if people would find interest in what I had to say. I found out later that they did. But if you're going to start it with the webcam and the mic, I would advise you to practice first. Maybe do a video privately listed. When you upload a video, you have a choice of public, unlisted, private, something like that. Upload it. Do it privately. Play it back. Look, listen, and feel for any faults. Is the conversation too fast? Is it too slow? Can people hear you? Can people see you? About a week or so, maybe, there was a somewhat famous YouTuber who's talking about technology, and he had one of those high-tech boom mics, that I think DT has like one of those type mics with the arm, coming down that swings. And he had a pop filter, a round pop filter mesh in front of his mic. Now, the way it was covering his face, so when he was talking to me, the mic was covering his face like this. So I wasn't sure if he was trying to flirt with me or try to teach me something. But the mechanism, the technology was covering his face. I'm like, dude, you should know more than I do. Like that looked kind of dumb. It didn't look professional. Now, he had a professional setup. He showed it. But how he did it to me wasn't too professional. Now, he's not a newbie. Now, if you're a newbie, I get it. You learn. But I'm like, come on, man. It's like that thing on the NFL Network. Come on, man. Ever seen that? Come on, man. So upload the video privately. Play it back, look, listen, and feel for any faults. Is it too slow, too fast? If you have a lot of people on, like you only have 2, but say you have like 10 people on or more, okay, so you have to move a little slow. You want each guest to say what they have to say. Now, you still want to keep things flowing. You don't want to have 10 people in a 6-hour show. That's a bit much. But you can squeeze in 10 people into maybe a 2-hour show. Again, you become more comfortable with repetition, but that's true with anything in life, I suppose. So upload a video privately. If you're still unsure, play it back and try to get the feel of what you are seeing and hearing. And for God's sake, if you have a webcam, don't cover your face with the mic. Okay? Um, Find a way to finance what you like to do. Don't rely on AdSense. And be honest. Now, don't say, well, I need $1 million. You probably don't. Okay? But on the flip side, don't be cheap. Have self-worth. If you don't think you have self-worth, why should somebody else feel that you have self-worth? If you don't show confidence, if you don't believe in what you're doing, why should I believe in what you're doing? And I can tell, I can believe in what you're doing by the way you talk, by your passion, by your commitment to listening to people, by answering emails, by trying to, try to answer every comment. Sometimes when you have a lot of comments and emails, but I try to read every single comment and email, and I try to respond to every single comment and email. And that's just a matter of courtesy. But have self-worth. Now, this channel, the live shows, the comments, the sense of family, the laughter, that all adds up to almost like a spiritually satisfying experience. Okay, I don't want to get too philosophical here, but this does feel like an extra family of mine. But spirits don't pay the bills. So think of revenue as grease for the wheels. How much grease do you need to keep the YouTube Cadillac running? Okay, well, Cadillac's maybe a bad example. Just a real, Cadillac maybe. Yeah, let's add some class here. How much grease do you need to keep the YouTube Lexus running, right, Tim? Yeah, we'll say Lexus. How much grease to keep the YouTube Lexus running? Okay, keep it maintained, keep it running. What revenue stream do you need? And stick with that. Nothing more and nothing less. The purpose is to keep this going if this is what you want to do. So how much grease do you need for the wheels? Remember I mentioned Open Gangnam Style, one of the dumbest videos I ever saw, but it was completely entertaining. That guy, I don't know his name. I think he's from South Korea. That guy scored not because he was better. It's because he was different. I've learned over the years that it's better to be different than to do something better. It's better to be different than to be better. Does that make any sense? No matter what you do, let's say I go out and I spend 30, 40, 50 grand on a new office. I got a $30,000 camera, I got lighting, I got a new computer, I got the $7,000. I mean, I spend all this money. I'm like, hey, I got the best equipment. Look at me, yada yada. Really? No, I think Hollywood has the better equipment. The point is, no matter what you do, what you spend, there's always someone better than you. But if you're different, like that Gangnam Style video, if you're different, now you are unique. You are one of a kind. There's only one of you. It's better to be different than it is to do something better, if that makes any sense. At least that's what I've learned on YouTube. And let me just say this about all this YouTube stuff. YouTube to me is like a planet. Twitter is a planet. Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, the list goes on and on. These are all planets that are part of this galaxy that I call Hollywood. Everybody loves to be entertained. Movies, the last Star Wars movie that failed, I read it needed to make $400 million just to break even. So think of all the money that it's spent to entertain people. Think of all the people, the content consumers watching something who want to be, okay, so maybe they want to learn how to fix something, but they want to be entertained. They've had a rough week of work. They're fighting with their girlfriend, but they just want to chill, entertain me. Think how much time and money is spent on that. So Facebook planet, the YouTube planet, the Instagram planets, they're all in the YouTube galaxy. Now, Hollywood is a tough nut to crack. Trust me, I know. But it can be done. It can be done. And on that note, I'll say good luck in whatever venture that you do on YouTube. It can be very, very personally satisfying. Now, I'll get into some hardware suggestions of what I would buy if I was starting off brand new. But I think if we have any questions here, we're happy to answer some of your questions if you have any questions. If not, I'll move on to the next thing here. let me
Toss,
go back. Yeah, go ahead.
I really appreciate what you say here because I think it's huge for everybody out there that is going to step into the world of YouTube, you know, and whether it be from
Yeah,
a
yeah.
professional, you know, let's just say a paraprofessional standpoint, or just you know, from a hobbies perspective, gives a lot of great advice. The one thing, two things that you touched on is number one, don't try to do anything different, or don't try to do anything crazy. Just be yourself, because
Hmm.
I think that with all the content creators that are out there, and one of the things that drew me to your channel was this guy is genuine. He is who he is. And in speaking to you many times offline, that's what my premonition was correct. Being unique, it's not like you have to try to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Let's face it, there are a lot of people on the face of the planet, and there are a lot of people that are going to you would be able to strike a conversation up, say, if you had to share a taxi cab.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's some people that maybe it might not be too easy to do, but they're just being yourself
Yeah.
goes a
Yeah.
long ways.
Yeah.
And in my endeavors in life, I tend to think that my successes were just because this is what you get. There's nothing underneath of it. The same guy that you talk to in a conference room or a boardroom is the same guy that you're going to sit down and have a beer with on a Friday night watching a football game. Just, you know, be yourself. And with me, kind of what you had said is, you know, learn from others. Every success I've had in life, every single success I've ever had in life, whether it be professionally or personally, and I would say spiritually as well, is because I understood as I was not the smartest guy in the room. And when I kept that premise and I understood that, hey, maybe I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I did have a gift, and I had a lot of people that saw that gift and helped foster it in me, where you go and look for the smartest people to educate yourself so you can become a better you. And that always helped. That always helps. So I think
I totally agree. If you want to better yourself, gain more knowledge, be with people who are better than you, who know more than you. It's not because they're a better person, but they have more knowledge. You know,
learn from the people that you aspire to be around, and the people that you would like to pick up traits of. This is great information.
Yeah, I totally agree. I saw Sneaky Linux is in the house. He says something like AdSense is not going to make you a lot of money. Well, I think that was the case. And maybe it's still possible. I don't know. Sneaky, I mean, like I said, when I passed 2,000 subs, it was covering my Comcast bill. And I thought I was doing all right. I thought, you know, I did some quick math. Well, 2,000 subs equals this revenue, 4,000, 6,000. So I did some quick math. It wasn't bad. Of course, it didn't work out that way. You know, but what I've noticed on YouTube, the list of revenue streams that they have, AdSense is almost like gas money, like money to go to McDonald's or, you know, a concert or something. That's the last thing on their list. My failure was I had it on the first thing because, well, it was working. So if something ain't broken, why fix it? That was probably one of the few things that if I should have broken it and move on to the next thing, but I didn't. But be that as it may, you know, it can be done. It's just a little bit harder now. You know, you saw, I mentioned the stats. There's a lot of competition, but there's also room for good quality content. Just people have to find your channel. There's a channel that I subscribe to, and I'll probably unsubscribe. I won't mention this guy's name, but you know, he's talking about one party versus another, completely uncivil, and just lying through his teeth, you know, on you know, on today's, you know, on what's happening like in the U.S. It's like, but he has thousands and thousands of followers. Now, what I mean followers, I mean Patreon subscribers, paying customers. But I can't do that. That's not who I am. I would be disingenuous. This channel here, I was looking, and I wanted to mention, use the YouTube analytics tool. Use that. It's just log into your, maybe someday I'll show, but log into your accounts on the left, go to analytics, and that'll give you a history of your subs, unsubscribers, the top videos, the people watching your channel, your peaks and valleys of watch time, audience retention, and stuff like that. But I was looking at the analytics. This channel has over 10,000 subscribers, but I've lost almost 7,000 subscribers, and a lot of that had to do with, back then I did videos. I'm trying to compare Windows with Linux and why Linux is better sometimes and why Windows is better sometimes. And a lot of people didn't like that, so that's my guess. But I call it as I saw it. There was one video, I probably should have kept it up, but there was one video years ago. I was comparing Windows 7 to Linux, why Windows users can't switch to Linux. I had hundreds of likes and hundreds of dislikes. One of the likes was, dude, you hit the nail right on the head. The dislike was, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. So, so you know what? Since Windows 7 a couple years from it'll be kind of, irrelevant. I took the video. I probably should have kept it up as a good example of don't be afraid to lose subscribers. Just be yourself. But that can happen, Just call it as you see it and move on. Don't get discouraged. And it can be discouraging, I suppose. But move on. Yeah.
Toss, Chicago, LA. CJ had a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before it gets too far beyond.
Yeah.
Toss, do you put yourself out there in like-minded channels to promote yourself? Do you?
I will say this: if I'm YouTube surfing and I come across a YouTube recommendation and I look at the guy or the girl doing the thing and I like what I see, I'll post in a comment, "Hey, nice, great work, you made me laugh." Now that's a way of promoting yourself in a way without being overly, indulgent, as it were. I don't know if that answers the question, but if I see something I like, because if I post something that somebody likes, well, my name is on there, Total OS, so maybe they'll come back to my channel. I don't make it a habit because I need to feel comfortable posting something on that person's channel. So in a way, that is self-promotion, and that works both ways, by the way. So I guess the answer is yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I didn't want that question.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I know we have a lot of comments here. Can you answer my question whether YouTube Premium subscriptions are helpful? Yes, Mike, people like you who do premiums, the thing on YouTube and then the super chat, I just need like between 200 and 500 people like you, and I'll be in good shape. They're just not enough. But the answer is yes, it does help. And that YouTube Premium, the amount of revenue, that also shows up on the YouTube analytics. So the answer is yes. Thank you. Let's see, any other question? Oh, Sai, that was his name, Sai, who did Open Gundam Style? Okay. Man. Whoop, 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 whoop. See, even today we're singing it, so there you go. Any other questions? If not, then we'll go into what I would buy today to do this, and then we'll get some other people in here. People see authenticity. 100% agree, DT. 100%. Now, I suppose if I wanted to make more money, I should have probably just gone straight Linux and be more colorful, as in, you know what, Windows users are dumb. They're the dumbest people. Mac users are worse. What's the matter with you? You want to do Linux because I saw the light, I switched. I probably would have 100,000 subscribers by now. But I would be miserable because it wouldn't be who I am.
I know, I probably wouldn't have followed you.
Okay, well, you probably would have, yeah.
I wouldn't have probably.
I'm sorry, you would not have, right, yeah.
Because who you are is what drew me to you, and in the first place, you were one of the first several that I ran across when I first came to Linux.
Look, there's money in that, Steve. There's money in hatred. I don't know how else to say it. There's money in that, and I can't do it. I'd rather
Yeah.
succeed or fail on this channel on my terms, like Frank
Yep.
Sinatra. Decide I did it my way. I'd rather do it my way, up or down. You know.
I'm gonna jump off for a few minutes. I gotta go pick up my son. So
Okay, go
I'll
ahead.
be.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Jay Leno fly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, um, Squishy Tucks. Oh man. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. All right. Looks like I'm going solo here for the next round here. All right. So let me go into some advice. Mosquito little flies in here this year. Jeez, these little like gnats. I wonder if that's a sign. All right. Let's go into hardware. If I was going to do this, start a channel today, let's go what hardware I would buy on a budget if I had that kind of a budget. And then we'll have some other people join in here. $5,000 budget. And that may seem like a lot, but nowadays, considering what high-end YouTubers are doing, spending $50,000 on a camera, somebody said it's crazy. But I would do it with a budget of $5,000. Buy yourself a 4K ready computer. If it's 4K gaming ready, you can render videos. It should not be a problem. So buy a nice computer. Buy yourself a comfortable chair. You're going to be sitting in that chair for hours. And if you're tall like me, you used to have a bad back, you want a good chair that's going to last you years and not break after the warranty breaks or expires. So get a good computer, get a good chair, get a good camera. Good cameras make a difference. DT got Panasonic G7, not overly expensive, but in the price range where it should be. So get a good camera. Now, if you're going to start off YouTube without the camera and just talking, this is one thing that you can be cheap on. This is $20 with a USB adapter, and you can get away with no webcam, doing it like this, fairly inexpensive. If you're going to do the webcam, get a Logitech. I like this Logitech, but try to get a better camera. Audio you can skimp on, and I've proven it. I use this, or I use the Logitech stereo headset, but you can skimp on audio, at least from my experience. Get a 4K monitor to match your 4K computer. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to render videos in 4K, because that'll probably take you 4 times as long and 4 times the storage. So it isn't necessary to do 4K. 1080p is fine. In a lot of cases, 720p is perfectly fine. If you're doing something live outside with other people, I would say 1080p, 4K. But something inside like this, YouTube, Google Hangouts is only 720p, and it's acceptable. But have a better camera, because it will show even in the 720p format. So we have a computer, we have a nice chair, we have a nice monitor, camera, a headset. You can go cheap. Well, lighting, I use only one light. I could probably use one on this side coming like this. I have 2 of these fill lights up here that you can see up here to the back of me. I don't turn them on because they're not needed. I have like 10 lights here in the ceiling, but they're not needed. I have bright white walls, so the reflection, I think, does an adequate job of the reflection filling my face, as it were. But I really should have 2 lights kind of like crossing each other this way. So 2 lights here, fill lights here for me would have been enough, but I can get away with 1 light. So we have the computer, the monitor, a good chair, lighting, audio, and a good camera. Now the rest of what you want to buy hardware wise, that's going to be completely up to you. Do you want to get a nice computer desk? It's nice. Do you want a background, like a fake wall, the sound insulation? I think they sell those like fake walls with sound insulation, you know. So a good computer, a 4K computer, a 4K monitor, a good camera. You could probably skimp on the audio mic. It's like $20, you know. Webcam, camera, a nice desk. That's optional in my opinion. Get yourself a good chair. You're going to be spending hours in that chair. That's it. In the nutshell, that's it. That's what I think $5,000 can get you. You don't have to spend 50 grand like the higher end YouTubers to get something going on YouTube. But again, it comes down to you first. If you're just going to do this as a hobby, you can just start off with your camera and your phone. Like in your cell phone. If it's going to be a hobby, start from there. But if you can do it, spend the money, get the equipment, it'll make your life easier and things will move a lot faster. And it's just going to look more professional for an audience that does not know you, that just surfing the web and sees you and say, well, who's this guy? You know. But that's my idea of getting started on YouTube hardware-wise. All right. Linux and other stuff says, okay, so what can you get for $40? You can get a Logitech headset, a stereo headset that I wear sometimes. Not this, but that'll get you a nice. I think Steve wears it. Actually, he had to leave to get his son, but I think Steve wears a Logitech headset. That's about $30-$40, and you can hear him fine. Now, if you're a singer like Stephanie, you're not going to wear that. You're just not going to. But for us geeks like me and Tim who can't sing, I left my heart.
I'm not going to get anybody sick, so I will refrain.
Yeah, in San Francisco. Although with my voice I could probably learn. But point is, if you're a singer, don't buy this. Okay? For us normal geeks, this is fine. So there you have it. Lots of great free editing choices too. Yes, although most professional YouTubers use the paid stuff, that is completely, and you have to factor in the cost of like Adobe Premiere, of professional editing software into that $5,000 budget. I don't use that. I don't need it. Would it be nice to have? I won't lie, but I don't need it. To me, it all comes down to, do I need the equipment in front of me to get it done, and am I comfortable? I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. I want to be comfortable. I sound like a cheerleader. I want a chair. Give me a C. Give me an H. Anyway. Tim, let's get some people in the chat.
Sounds good.
All right. Any more questions? I know I've rambled along here. DT, you want to join? Yeah, you do. I gotta make an offer.
You just made that choice for you, pal.
I gotta make an offer he can't refuse. Let's get TT. I think Ben wanted to come in. Let's get Ben in here.
You know, you were talking about the hardware stuff. I had to step away there. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Let's get Dan in here.
You know, for my aspect, having some business ownership background.
Yeah.
The one thing that you want to keep in mind is that you're going to have to walk before you run.
Yeah.
And in a lot of cases, you know, you don't want to chop off your nose to spite your face, so to say. Mm-hmm. Think that you have to go out and get the $3,000 computer.
You do not know.
The $200 mic. There wasn't too long ago, Toss, that you, just for the sake of posting a video, you were using Peppermint OS on a machine that was not current data.
Less than a gig of RAM.
Yeah.
Not recommended, but it can be done. It can be done.
What did you do? You got a post out there giving a viewpoint.
Right.
Talking about what it was you were doing.
Right.
And that video was posted up to YouTube, and it got likes, and it got comments, and you did what you were wanting to do.
I think videos like that, where it was a live stream, but it was really more a tutorial how to do something on YouTube, you know, for little hardware, little money. I mean, it's not something I would recommend you do full time, you know. But from what I've seen, yeah, there are guys who spend tens of thousands of dollars on a nice professional camera. I can't see myself doing that, even if I had the money. But I think a nice $5,000 budget, you know, $800 camera, a faster computer, the monitor, some lighting. That's all that I need, because the rest is what I do. The rest is up to me. I mean, if I buy a $40,000 camera, it's not necessarily going to make my content better. It'll look nicer, but I don't think it improves the content. That's up to you, you know. But look, get started on your phone. If you don't have it, get started on your phone. Again, teach me how to sync. Teach me how to paint by using your phone. As long as I can see and hear you, that's okay. Eventually down the line, to gain more people to watch you, you do need to up your game a bit. Better camera, better microphone, in my opinion. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Toss. How are you?
Oh, you have some palm trees behind you.
That's because my mom put this in here.
No, it looks nice. No, it actually looks nice, man. Yeah, I kind of like it. It has that Florida feel, you know.
I'm in the kitchen.
Kitchen, okay. It has that kitchen feel.
Oh God, come on.
No, it looks good, sir. No, it looks unseen. That's a good background. We're talking about getting. That's a nice, inviting friendly, a friendly background. Even if it's fake leaves, it looks like nature. It's inviting. He's got good lighting. His camera angle's off, you know, but only seeing half his face.
That's on a laptop.
Okay, all right. But that's nice, friendly, inviting background. And see DT's microphone with the arm boom. It's not covering his face like the one guy. Seriously, there was a guy talking technology.
You're muted, DT.
If I was gonna see that, I'd be like, dude.
And he covered. Here's his mic and his pop filter like this. Okay, so when you do, I'm like, dude, are you trying to flirt with me, man? You know, it was ridiculous.
That's just sad if you ask me.
DT, you're muted.
Yeah, he needs to fix that.
He gets a $400 mic and he can't use it. Great.
$400.
Like I said, we're all professionals here.
Oh, dear God. Well, for about the past 2 days and 5 hours, I've been compiling Linux from scratch.
Oh no! Oh no!
There's
DT, say something now. What? I can't. Wait.
We're all professional.
Feedback. Someone feedback.
Got some feedback.
Oh, shoot.
All right, we got you.
There we go.
There's DT.
I've never joined a Hangout with this new microphone, so I had to change the settings.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right. Well, at least we can see your face. You're not talking like this.
What I was going to say, you made that comment, but sometimes you just can't win. So I don't have the camera, straight on. But
It's
for
the
that
camera
reason,
angle. Right.
I have it angled, but then people say, well, it looks unnatural because I'm not looking at you when I'm talking because I have to look at the microphone.
Okay. Given a choice, do what you're doing or this. Hey man, I'm going to show you Neptune today. I mean, come on, show me your face,
But this is going to be a tip I'm going to tell a lot of potential new YouTubers. Sometimes you just have to ignore what some of the commenters tell you. Like if you're doing something right, just keep doing it.
It's like, and by the way, Sleepy from Australia, I sent you a Sleepy Eyes. I sent you a link. Look, listen at your video. When you feel, if it feels wrong, forget about it. Do it over. Do it right. Don't cover your face. Like my camera's right here. It's not in front of me. It's to an angle. So I'm talking this way, but my face is showing.
Yeah.
If I didn't want to show my face, I'll just switch it off. Anyway, I feel like I should be on fire, like Switch. But anyway.
Question for DT.
Yeah.
Aren't you guys supposed to be getting snow down in your area, all the way down south?
It's possible, but if it's snow, it'll be like an inch, and it probably won't even stick as far as to the ground. I might have some ice on the car, but it won't amount to anything.
I'll mail you some.
Yeah.
I saw the National Weather Report earlier, and they were saying that there was snow possible as far south as where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Colin, check your email if you want to join.
Yeah.
Get some more. We have room for up to 10
I
people.
did your worst nightmare, dude. I did Linux from scratch.
All right.
Yeah.
Unstable.
I'll have to send. I'll have to send Ben the phone number of my psychologist, Dr. Vinny Bendova.
Trust me, I'm gonna need it. This.
Yeah.
A guy like me even thinking about Linux from scratch. I would. Where's my frying pan? I just need to get a frying pan to hit myself in the head repeatedly.
I
for
started
12
YouTube
hours.
from scratch, and that's as far as I go. And I wound up
Well,
here.
Linux from scratch is much like rendering a YouTube video, except you got to do about 12 of them.
I think,
And it's called compiling.
no, I think Linux from scratch is much like trying to put toothpaste back in the tube. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, really.
Well, it only took me about a day and a half.
What, to get the thing to power on?
Yeah, it's called the power switch. How do you? Okay, yeah.
It took about 2 days and about 5 or 6 cans of Mountain Dew.
Ben, you know that I'm just giving you the needle. I respect everything that you do.
Yep.
And I admire it too.
It's always fun having crazies on the show, so
Well,
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
oh, it's okay, Colin.
Sleepy from Australia. Hello.
Hey,
Welcome.
hi everyone.
That's right. See, he's the sane one. He's strictly Mac user.
He's a Mac guy.
I think what
insane.
Toss was trying to say there's too many nuts, not enough squirrels.
Well, I like what Matthew Morris said. LFS is pointless. I think LFS stands for left from sanity. Matthew, you want to join us, my mechanic friend? Why not? Why not? Come on in. The water's fine.
It still sounds like there's a little bit of feedback coming off of somebody.
Yeah, somebody.
Hold on. Let me get my headset.
All right.
Earbuds.
There you go, Matthew. You can join us.
I think it's on my end.
Cars and computers, can't wait.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, CJ.
Sound check.
Dear God.
It's Ben.
Yeah. It's always Ben. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. LFS, Linux from Sanity. Got it. Okay.
Linux from status.
His Linux has made him insane.
Insane OS.
Yeah.
Well, Ben is also a Mac user, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, but
Right.
Ben just said that he spent like 2 days and 5 hours and had nothing but Mountain
You
Dew.
could be running a hacking.
Doesn't LFS stand for Let's Freaking Starve?
He's drinking nothing but Mountain Dew. He's like bouncing off the walls.
I know. Hello, Colin.
Hi, Toss. Have I got sound?
You're good.
You got sound.
We
We have sound. There's his Mountain Dew. Oh, geez. Here we go.
Yeah,
Mountain Dew.
yeah. And I got a whole 2-liter in the fridge.
I used to drink Mountain Dew, but I'm like, why do I feel like I could jump off the Empire State Building? Okay, I'm going to stop drinking this.
Yeah.
But
And then you switch to energy drink.
It really throws you for a loop after a while.
oh, duh.
Yeah, it's like a punch in the face after you drink 3 cans.
I'll have a cup of coffee or two with
Yeah.
a bagel.
You know
That's
what?
as
We
far
didn't
as I
mention
go.
this on your stream earlier.
Yeah,
You should have mentioned that one of the requirements for a YouTube channel is
Yeah.
coffee. You have
Yes.
to have a
Not
pretty
coffee.
good supply.
Or some kind of a beverage. You know, I have water. Yes, food and hydration is good when you're up past midnight editing video. I don't do that as much anymore after 2,000 videos. But hydration, food, take a break, go to the bathroom. You know,
Toss's case, dry cereal out of the box.
dry cereal, which
Give the
I'm out of.
pizza guy
I
key
think
to
I'm
the
out
house.
of.
I like
man.
dry cereal. It's fantastic.
I know. So what they eat in Australia for Colin and sleep? And what do they eat for snacks there when you guys are doing? You know.
Vegemite.
Oh,
Vegemite.
no, that's breakfast. That's breakfast.
We're gonna slowly convert you, or how we call it. We're gonna convert them all.
The Vegemite trumps the Mountain Dew.
I would rather install Linux from scratch.
You install it with Mountain Dew.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
I'll send you the. I'll send you the formula.
About 10 cups of coffee to get through it on a sanity.
Why? The computer's doing all the work.
Yeah. Well,
By the way, here in the live chat, we still have viewers. If you have any tips, feel free to write them in the chat. Yeah.
Well, it finally booted to a GUI after all day of work.
Ooh, a GUI. Ooh.
And
Hi, Matthew.
Sticky to me.
Hey, Ben.
Everybody say hello to Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
So if you guys have any car questions, now's your chance.
Hey, Ben.
My opinion
let's not
on
get in.
LFS spends 2 days on it because as soon as it's finished, he'll just install something else.
Yeah, you know what, Ben? Here's what I did. I went to the website of my distro of choice, downloaded it, got it on a USB drive, and installed it. And in 25 minutes, after syncing my Google Drive, I was up and running.
Yeah, that Arch install has gotten so much better here recently.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh.
Well, I'm doing this with Ubuntu Mate 1810 on my SSD.
Yeah.
Ubuntu Mate install is pretty fast too. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, the SSD is awesome. Yeah.
Hang on. You know, I tell you, after doing this, I have a huge appreciation for distros that are pre-made with a package manager.
What a concept.
LFS doesn't
Yeah.
have a package manager by default?
No,
No,
kidding.
no.
Imagine
No,
it's Linux that people can use.
What do you do? Use the force to stuff crap into it or what?
You're not
No.
supposed to.
Oh, no.
It has a package manager. You package Mountain Dew, coffee, and the drink. There's your package manager.
Oh, God.
That's what you package.
No.
It's more of an educational project.
At all, guys. It
Okay.
built it all from source files.
Yeah, you don't live in it long term. Even though I think Ben is going to try to, he's going to last about 2 weeks because without a package manager, it's just not going to work. You're going to have to build everything from source and manage dependencies.
Ben has a habit of reinstalling a different distro. I've seen him do 4 different distros in one day before. So
I've seen them do 4 in one stream.
Oh,
yeah,
Well, you got to get all your packages and build them from source.
he likes the process of installing Linux. He never actually uses it. He just installs it over and over again.
It's a compulsive habit.
Yeah.
Ben's, when is the last time after you installed a Linux distro that you opened up LibreOffice and typed a letter?
I have honest no gosh damn clue.
Maybe he uses Emacs or Vim. I mean, why does he have to use LibreOffice to type a letter?
True.
Or Nano. Put it that way.
Well, I think he likes. I think he likes installing it more than actually using it because it seems like that's all he's ever doing.
Matt, I think you just spoke the outful truth.
Yeah.
We found Ben's calling. He's an installation specialist.
Yeah, he likes installing the systems and setting them up, but once that's completed, it's time to move on.
He's not a working specialist, just installation right? Yeah.
You can't really be an installation specialist if they don't work, though.
All right. It's like installing the wrong engine in the car. It's installed, but it won't run. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but the problem is
that's the sad truth.
Yeah.
you got to use it for a little while to know whether that distro is any good or not. So unless you've used it, I've got a main system here. I do hop on this every 3 or 4 months, but I like to run a distro for a long term to see whether it's got any cobwebs or anything like that in it.
You know
What are the
what?
annoyances?
I have to disagree a little bit. I have to disagree with Colin a little bit. You do have to run a distro long term to see if it's any good. You don't have to run one long term to see if it's bad, though. Some of them.
The warranty is over after the installation.
Yeah.
So we have there's a couple of guys on here that are doing reviews. Let's take a poll. Sleepy Eye, what are you using right now?
Mint
Mint. Okay, Mint. What version and desktop?
19 Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Okay, Matt, what are you on?
Well, at this very moment, I'm on a Chromebook, but my Linux distro most recently was Debian stable with XFCE.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then there's DT. DT, what are you using and what are you testing right now?
Okay, so on my main machine, I use Manjaro with the Qtile tiling window manager. Been using that for a few months. What am I testing right now? Pop OS with GNOME. So
Cool. Okay, Dan, you're Cinnamon still, right?
No, I'm on Ubuntu Mate.
Mate 1810, 1804.
1804, and I'm testing MX Linux 17.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
nice.
Colin, what are you running in front of us right now, and what are you testing?
I'm running Linux Mint Cinnamon on my main, and I'm testing on my laptop Pop OS, Ubuntu 18.10, Ubuntu 18.4, Lubuntu, MX17, and probably a few others on the laptop. It's got about 13 different partitions.
Holy smoke!
And I'm actually testing Lubuntu on another laptop as well, so I'm running that just to keep an eye on the updates for that. And I'm also checking out the Ferrin OS KDE experimental.
Well, don't bump that thing too hard.
When I watch your reviews, Colin, when I see your reviews, Colin, and you bring up your partition manager, it gives me panic attacks.
I was about to
You're like,
ask. When he pulls up Gparted, does it say, "Are you serious?"
What are you, nuts?
It takes about almost a minute to go through to cycle. When you're installing something, it'll take about a minute per
So
partition.
he's using the "Are you serious" installer. Got it. Okay.
Well, if you've never messed with the Chrome OS or like Cloud Ready OS, because the way that the OS manages itself, you have almost 32 partitions just for that OS.
Yep.
So it's a little crazy how they do it.
Oh,
CJ, what are you running?
Yeah.
You're looking at me through I'm running Windows 10 Pro on a ThinkPad right now, but I'm
ThinkPad, yeah, baby.
you know it. I got like 3 or 4 of them here. But I'm running Mint dual booted on a X2 or T440 ThinkPad. I'm learning. If you want to
Which
call that
flavor? Which flavor of mint?
my God, you put me in the spot.
XFCE, Mate, or cinnamon?
I'm sorry?
XFCE or Mate or cinnamon? The mint
Mate.
version. Mate, okay.
Mate, okay. And Ben,
I need a snack. I'll be right back.
and we all know what Ben's doing. Ben's sitting there hitting himself in the head with a frying pan, trying to install God knows
yeah.
what.
I'm
See
I'm
now,
running the most insane distro of them all, my own.
okay, let's take a bet. Let's take a bet here. I'm guessing that it will take somewhere between 12 and 16 minutes that Ben is going to disappear off of Hangouts and come back on his, and then he's going to come back on his, he's going to come back on his phone because something broke.
Is this Hackman 3, Ben? Is it Hackman 3 you're doing?
I have no idea.
He doesn't even know what he's logged into right now. Are you kidding me?
OS is called Infinity OS.
He's logged into the Mountain Dew package manager.
It takes infinity to install it.
Well, why can't it be the Mellow Yellow package manager? Mellow Yellow.
The Mellow. Mellow Yellow.
You guys kill me.
Isn't Mellow Yellow kind of second tier pop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The last couple of times I bought Mountain Dew, it just had this really strong ammonia taste to it. I don't know what.
Ugh.
It wasn't good.
Matt, you're not supposed to mix gin with the Mountain Dew. that corrupts the taste.
Yeah.
No, the last couple of times, I think they changed recipe or something because I found other people online saying.
I love Twizzlers.
Oh,
Maybe you guys
Yeah,
mentioned this
baby.
earlier, but did you see where they were extending support for Ubuntu 18.04 out to 10 years?
10 years, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and 18.04 is going to have a 10-year life cycle, which is really interesting.
Well, I'll sleep better tonight.
Okay, well, now, if they're going to extend that out to 10 years, now let's just look at it from a different perspective. Really neat that they're going to do that. The LTS is going to have a longer lifespan on it.
Yeah.
But with everything that has happened in the last, say, 6 to 12 months in the Linux sphere, with Microsoft buying this, Microsoft doing that, do you think, in any realm of possibility, that their extension to a 10-year lifespan, is there anything to read into that there's something going on, that there's going to be an announcement in the next year or two?
It's going to take him 10 years to figure it out to get it right.
It's going to be as good as the life of Canonical.
Yeah, I don't know. I have considered that
don't know.
possibility myself.
What's the advantage? I know.
Because
there was that article that was posted that Mark Shuttleworth isn't selling Ubuntu yet. And then they did this predictive analysis of the op-ed piece. And they were saying that if anybody were, if anybody was in the position to buy Canonical out, it would probably be Microsoft because the business models currently in the enterprise space kind of line up pretty well with each other.
I think this announcement makes a lot of sense. I think they needed to extend the support, the time frame, because CentOS was already doing a 10-year support. So for the server market, which, I mean, Ubuntu is big in the server space. That's why they're doing this for the LTSs.
Yeah, I just wish I could get a version of Ubuntu that actually worked 100% on my equipment.
Yeah.
Even the LTS releases just totally fail.
It's the only thing that works on my equipment, and everything functions properly.
Yeah.
the only thing that works.
I don't know. I seem to have the weirdest luck. Like Manjaro won't even. I can't even get to the bootloader on Manjaro on this machine. I can't even get the grub screen to even initialize. So,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Are you dual booting?
No, I can download an ISO of Manjaro. I can create a USB stick with it. Doesn't matter what tool I use to create it. It won't even start grub. The moment it tries to boot, the entire system just locks up, and I just have a black screen with a little blinky cursor in the corner.
Rule number 11: how to succeed on YouTube. Use only Macs. You're good to go.
Yeah. I actually was in contact with Phil Mueller a while, and he just says, "Oh, that's because your computer just isn't compatible with the version that we're making." It's like, well, that's a non-answer if I've ever heard one. But
Macs are completely compatible with YouTube.
Oh dear God!
Yeah.
Well, they are.
The Macs have that new T2 chip in them where you pretty much can't do anything at all on the computer without some special override utility.
So you can't get it repaired except without going.
Did somebody say T2? The Terminator 2.
But the T2 chip is also. At first, it was impossible to boot Linux on a Mac with this new T2 chip, but somebody made a utility that would be able to.
If I spend 4, 5, 6, 10 grand on the Mac, I'm not putting Linux on it. It's got to be strictly Mac all the way. That's what it was intended for.
Well, the new $7,000 Mac Pro had overheating problems where it would throttle itself down below base clock doing some normal task. And, you just have to ask, if Apple did any kind of testing at all, even a little bit, they probably would have caught that problem. So it's just...
Nothing's perfect, but I think the odds are still in your favor.
The boardroom one.
Yeah, but when you pay $7,000 for a computer, you would think they'd have the thermal properties of the case of that laptop worked out.
No, but that costs you extra. That's like
care.
an extra $1,000 for a self-cooling computer.
Stockholders don't care. They want their money.
I guess.
Tell that to Chrysler. Yeah.
Is it
I
going
suppose.
to get to a point? Is it going to get to a point that if you go and you buy a laptop or you buy a desktop from a computer maker, they charge you, I don't know, arbitrarily $1,000. Oh, you want us to do QA on that before it left the building? Oh, okay, I'm sorry, the prices went up to $1,750. I mean, seriously, is it almost getting to that point?
And people wonder why I stopped buying Apples. Crazy.
It's like that old joke that this comic says, I went out and bought batteries, but they weren't included, so I bought them again.
I don't know. It just seems to me that the computing industry in general is worse than it used to be. It's just the quality of software that companies seem to be putting out these days, and the quality of hardware, and even in the open source world too. It just seems like things were a lot better 10 years ago in general. It just seems like that to me. Because all the problems that I've been having recently with these machines, I never used to have these kinds of problems in the past. So I don't know. It just seems like the whole industry is turned upside down.
Well, in the past, I had more problems with all the internet bugs and viruses and malware more than that we have nowadays.
Yeah,
I'm just lucky, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
And I'm trying to figure out. I was running XP 10 years ago, and I'm trying to figure out how I was better off.
Yeah.
If you distro hop enough, you don't have to worry about these problems because you're not going to be on something long enough to have to worry.
I know, after you're right, yeah.
That's because things are broken all the time.
That's right, yeah.
Distro hopping is secure.
Unless it gets into your home folder.
Yeah.
See, with Linux, it's the reverse. It's always broken, so don't fix it.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Toss?
Yeah, man.
Was that yellow licorice you were just eating?
Yes, sir. Twizzler.
He's got the multi-color pack.
It's low fat, sweet and sour. Low fat. That's what. Supposedly it's low fat, but I don't know.
What's yellow, lemon or what?
Banana.
I think it's banana. Yeah, banana and what? Cherry.
Yeah, a low fat normally means full of sugar.
I have a jar of actual cherries in the refrigerator.
Oh man, that's even better. Well, I got to go to Kroger's tomorrow buy some fruit.
Yeah, if you want something a little sweet but healthy, peanut butter. What you should do is make you a PB and V sandwich, peanut butter and Vegemite.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, next time I work on my car to change the axle grease, I'll do that. Yeah,
I think DT's been hitting his head against that new microphone.
that's I know.
I mean, the doctors always say you should eat healthy, so I go out and get a big pizza. And it's like, well, how is a pizza healthy? Well, think about it. A pizza is the only food that contains all 5 food groups on one item. So it's got to be healthy, right?
yeah.
Yes, all 5 food groups.
I agree with that. I'll agree with. I'll stand.
Let's
by
see.
that.
Let's name them all: fat, lard, cholesterol. There's 2 more food groups, right? Salt.
Yeah, sodium.
You can't forget the trans fats, though, because that's where they keep the taste. You know,
And the preservatives.
Yeah, that all of that flavor, they hide it in the trans fats. That's a trade secret.
Yeah, but then you got the tomato and the tomato sauce. You've got the mushrooms. You've got the capsicums. You know, you got it all there, Toss. It's,
My car.
Yeah, you have all 5 food groups right there, right in the pie, man.
Unless you get a Nutella pizza, get a Nutella pizza.
And Nutella pizza. Never had one of those.
No,
What the hell's a telepizza?
And Nutella. You know the chocolate spread Nutella. You got that? You have that in the US? Nutella.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never actually
Not
eaten
on a
it.
pizza.
We have it, but I've never actually tried it because it does not look.
No,
like
I don't usually eat pizza when I'm drunk. So I
Well,
won't
it's
put
about
Nutella.
99.5% sugar, so that should tell you all about Nutella. It's
Yeah, but it's got hazelnut, so it's got to be good for
yeah,
you.
the 0.5% hazelnut along with the
I
sugar.
stress on the word nuts.
The hazelnut
It's called Nutella for a reason. Nut.
We include 5% hazelnut.
I've gone 20 minutes and already the
I don't
food.
know. I've noticed as I'm getting older, my taste for sweets has definitely declined. I don't, I used to make tea and put like 2 cups of sugar in the darn thing, and now I don't. I just have like a peppermint tea, and
I'll have green tea in the morning with some sugar. Not a lot, but
Well,
I like a
green
chocolate
tea.
bar.
Well, it's weird with tea because black teas have lots of oxalate, and I'm prone to developing kidney stones, so I shouldn't drink a lot of that stuff. But green tea increases your blood pressure, and I already have high blood pressure, so I got to be careful with that too. So
Steve Gunnick in the chat. Do I hear a bunch of nuts? Yes.
yeah,
I thought green
Not
tea
me.
was good for you. I thought green tea was good.
it is, but green tea stimulates your metabolism, and it can also increase your blood pressure. So if you have
So
high
with the
blood
moderate, okay, all right,
Right, okay, fair enough.
If you have high blood pressure, you shouldn't drink green tea. I like pure peppermint, and the one that I drink is called Nightly Calm. It's got spearmint in it, and chamomile, and jasmine, and a few other things.
So those are the secrets. How to succeed on YouTube: Nutella, pineapple and axle grease on pizza, Mountain Dew 24/7, and you'll be cranking out videos like it's nothing. No problem. I mean, they won't be any good, but you'll be cranking them out.
Let's tell you what, Toss. I'll upload you the recipe Vegemite from scratch. All right.
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that tomorrow. I can hardly wait.
It sounds like something Switch would make.
Don't do it, Ben. Don't do it, Ben. Don't install it.
Steve just came back on the
for
chat.
Vegemite from scratch. Pine bark and prunes in a blender.
Actually, isn't it the stuff that's left over from making beer?
Yeah, it's
That's what I heard.
extract. I try to tell them it's extract from beer. It's really good for you.
Yeah, what it is it's yeast extract. It's really salty.
It's from beer. So can you eat that and drive?
But see, Colin,
Yes.
Colin, here's the thing. Beer tastes good. Vegemite, no.
Vegemite tastes a little like anchovy paste. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never had that either. So.
Well, I love anchovies, being Italian. I love calamari, squid. So maybe I will like Vegemite. I'll just pretend it's anchovies from Sicily.
So when you put a calamaris in your mouth, is that like a calamaris installer? Is it?
Yeah. Yes, I like to install baby squid in my mouth, yes, with some hot sauce, yeah.
I'll never forget when my son was younger, he had to have a anchovy pizza. And the moment I got it home, he took one whiff of it.
It is a bit stenchy,
I said, well, why don't we get half and half? That way you have something,
Yeah.
It migrated the flavor migrated over to the cheese side.
I'm surprised you didn't have to restock the house.
No, I've never actually tried anchovies, so I don't know if they're, I don't know.
It's
if I
good.
like them, but
It's good. Anchovies are good.
No, I
And
don't
they're
like them.
incredibly salty.
I notice a lot of people say something is gross just because that's the conventional, the common opinion, even though they've never actually tried it.
Like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
I love Brussels sprouts.
Here's a thought for a new
Ugh,
YouTube
Brussels
channel.
sprouts.
Call it the Gross Food Channel. You're gonna have a pie pizza, spaghetti, some ice cream on top of it, some Nutella, some mosquitoes.
The problem with food, though, is if somebody says, "Oh, you don't like Brussels sprouts," well, there's like 50 different ways you can do Brussels sprouts.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you can't. It's hard to say.
I like broccoli.
And that's just it. I don't like Brussels sprouts cooked. They're not my favorite. I like cooked cabbage, but I don't like cooked Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
But if I have them in the refrigerator, I'll go and grab them out of the refrigerator and eat them raw. And I love them.
You know what's funny? Someone's joining this stream late. I thought this was how to succeed on YouTube. What the hell are they talking about, food? What's going on here?
This is how you succeed on YouTube. You talk
Yes.
about the things you're
Yeah.
passionate about. That's how.
That's
you
right.
You're not succeeding.
Yeah.
How
You
you
have
not
your
succeeding?
yeah. Well, you have to have fuel so you can succeed on YouTube.
How many people are on YouTube?
1.9, yeah.
Yeah,
billion.
So you could make a video about literally anything, and there will be an audience out there for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter. Just talk about what you want to talk about and be confident about it, and have good quality audio and video, and you'll have an audience.
Pretend like you know what you're talking about, and
Yeah. You know there's a saying. If you can't dazzle them with brilliant, you baffle them with.
I just thought of a
that's
song.
correct.
Open Vegemite style. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Open Vegemite style. Whoop, whoop.
that would go viral.
I would probably open Vegemite, and I could shove that in my.
It was funny.
Hey, I'm on a diet.
It was really funny. Steve disappeared to go and pick up his son, and he came back, and he's like, "Man, I'm gone 20 minutes, and already you're on food."
Now, who started that anyway? Was that Ben?
That was you.
He started with the Mountain Dew.
No, you went and got the Twizzler.
No, but it started before, I think.
Yeah, it was the Mountain Dew and Ben and his
It was the Mountain Dew. That's right.
Out of all the sodas, I think when it comes to Mountain Dew, the diet actually tastes better than the regular.
It could be.
It's
It's fake sugar.
Man.
Yeah, it's fake sugar, but yeah.
Matt, I actually think the regular one tastes better.
Well, the recipe changed because now when I try Mountain Dew, I feel like I'm drinking cat urine.
Well, I think they added a little bit of Vegemite in it. That's why it's.
It doesn't taste like it used to. They changed something.
What, the cat urine or the? I'm confused. Cat urine tastes like.
Oh, God.
This isn't an episode of cheating, as they call it.
They probably went to the boardroom and took something that was expensive out of it.
To all of my followers, I don't know these people. They just shoved. I don't know who they are. They're freaking taking over.
Hijacked your channel.
They hijacked my channel. I must terminate the
Mountain Dew
bowel.
certainly has changed. I used to drink it all. I can't even stand the taste of it now. But Mellow Yellow still tastes good. So and they were very similar. So I know one of them changed.
Yeah. Joe, I would invite you, but I think we're having full. I think Hangouts only allows 10 people, if I recall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we got 10. Yeah.
Tell you what, I'm gonna jump off. I got an early day, so
Oh, okay.
Get Joe in here. Yeah.
All right.
I
Okay.
gotta
Yeah.
get
Okay.
up at 5
Yeah. I mean, if you have to go, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sure.
do.
All right,
Take care,
DT.
Derek.
Yeah.
Take care, Derek.
Derek.
See you guys.
Okay.
All right.
See you later, Derek.
I thought
Yeah,
you would have a contest and have someone knock off the show.
What it is all this conversation. He decided he has to go eat some food now. That's what.
See, I would have figured that Ben would have broke something, and that would have opened up a spot for Joe.
Right. Check your email, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, come join the.
Yeah.
My wife.
Come on in. The water's fine, man.
CJ,
I got
you
a
were
whole
trying to
crock
say
pot of Glumke here when it come over.
what the hell's Golomki?
You're not Polish, right? You're Swedish.
Golomki. What is it? It sounds like
stuffed cabbage.
What, is that like the bastard cousin of a Oompa Loompa or what?
It's stuffed cabbage.
Okay.
That sounds good, actually.
Polish. Yeah,
that does sound good. That does. Sound
cabbage later won't be so good, but you guys are lucky where you're at.
Oh, Joe is still eating pizza. Here we go.
Yeah.
He's eating pizza.
He's eating pizza.
My wife thinks I'm weird. Whenever I have like boiled cabbage, I'll put vinegar on it, and she thinks that's weird.
Vinegar.
That's a common thing.
I'll spray vinegar on fries sometimes. You go, but
I don't know what she's on.
I'll clean the coffee pot with it now and then.
yeah,
Some good bold tasting, fresh collard greens. They'll go with a little vinegar.
spray it on the windshield. It's great. Yeah.
Oh.
Water and vinegar, right, Matt? Right, water and vinegar for the car windshield, right? You're the mechanic, so yeah.
I don't want to know about that.
But
No, it actually works.
The defroster's broke on my windshield, so I have to every 5 minutes I'm wiping the windshield up. It works, but the little vent motor where it changes from outside air to inside air, it's broken and it's stuck on it. Recirculate only.
Isn't that called the blend door or something? Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is I can see where it is. The whole glove box comes out. I can see it.
Right.
Yeah. No, I can't just take out that part. I have to take the whole thing out just to get that one little piece. So it's going to be broken for a while.
Okay.
So you got to take the whole heater box out.
Wow.
Yeah, and with that one, that's an older Japanese vehicle, so it doesn't have those spring connectors on the aluminum lines. It has those AMX couplers. And a lot of times you go to turn those with a wrench, the aluminum will collapse. So I'm just not really keen on trying that right now.
No, that don't sound good.
No.
So here's another tip for new YouTubers who want to succeed. Get a bunch of crazies on the show and just keep quiet and lay back and let
Well, and upload regularly. It doesn't even matter what you put.
You know, I did forget to mention to have a regular schedule. Who, me? No, seriously. If you can, that's one thing I haven't been able to quite do yet. Try to do a set schedule and stick to it. Like, I don't know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever.
But see, my problem with setting a set schedule is I'll just end up making videos that will just turn my audience off, because a lot of times I do a lot of bug testing and experimenting with Linux.
Exactly.
So most of my videos would be me tearing apart this distribution or that distribution, like how broken it is.
Well, you want to have some variety.
Yeah. But that's why I don't make too many videos, because I'll find something in a distro. I have an act for sniffing out problems in software. I just if like one little character in 1,000 lines of code is wrong, I'll probably find it. I mean, that's the way I.
Isn't that a medical condition? What's that called?
I don't know.
I have no.
Linuxitis or something.
Linuxitis.
Well, think of it this way: he's keeping the code clean.
That's right.
But that's the
We
problem.
have people like him. We don't have no one to find the viruses.
Like the video that you uploaded not long ago, Toss, about Ubuntu Mate. I think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
And in the
Was
video,
it Mate? No, it wasn't. No, it was GNOME, right? Ubuntu with GNOME.
It might have been.
I can't remember.
So. And then in the video, you were like, "This is a really polished distro."
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
immediately saying, "No, it isn't. Look at this theme inconsistency."
No, I know what you were saying, but to me, as long as it works and it's stable and I can just click and go, it's polished.
Yeah,
So,
but that's my point.
I know what you mean, and you are right. No, I know, but a newbie won't care. It just, hey, it works,
Right.
you know.
But,
So.
but that's what I'm saying. Most things that the majority of people in the Linux world don't even notice, I can't help but they just stand
No,
there.
I did notice that the simple screen recorder, didn't look right. I did see that, but it worked. So hey, it's polished, It's Linux, so know.
But see, the fix for that is so easy.
I understand.
bothers me when the developers don't do it, because it's just one line in one file and it fixes the whole thing.
Now, I would say this: if I bought a Linux computer, then I would have said, "Wait a minute! I paid $500 or $1,000 for this."
Maybe.
Then I would have said, because it was free, I'll cut him some slack,
Yeah, but when I got Windows 10 Pro for free too, when I took advantage of the free upgrade when it first came out. So
Yeah.
Well, you can say that Windows is like a paved road full of potholes, and Linux is just the dirt road.
Could be.
maybe.
Yeah, very good analogy,
How
Dan.
many people realized that when Windows was giving you the free upgrade that they were going to be collecting data after that?
I
How many
know,
people
yeah.
knew that?
Yeah,
Not
but
many.
the ISPs are doing that anyway, so it's not,
it's not really new.
it's not, that they can collect the data at your terminal or they can collect it at the server. They're still getting it. So it doesn't really matter what you're using. They're getting your data.
Yeah.
Them data thieves.
You know, speaking of polished, just a guy like me, this user more or less, I saw that Deepin 15.8 was released. Has anybody given Deepin a spin as of late? And the reason that I was kind of piqued what the interest is whatever I install on this particular machine, I always make sure that I encrypt the hard drive, and Deepin now has full disk encryption. So
I'm sure your information is safe in China. Totally agree.
Well, Deepin is a good looking distro, but because the servers are in China, it takes forever to download anything.
Yeah, that's why I gave up.
Now the servers have got a lot better now, Matt. They are better. I've noticed they're a little bit quicker than what they used to be.
Yeah, they're rerouted to Russia, I think. Yeah.
But I think they're gaining more mirrors around the world because they do show you that on the install. Because I was messing around with it on VirtualBox last night. I'm going to install it today and make a video on that as well. So,
for me, the most polished distribution that I ever used, I don't know if any of you remember this, but it was the original Pardus Linux back in like 2010, 2011.
From Turkey.
Yeah, it was developed by the
university.
Yeah, and it was fully funded by the Turkish government.
Yep.
That was one of the most polished distros ever. Pardus Linux still exists today, but it's not the same distro.
No.
Back then, it was an independent project. It was its own thing. And what Pardus Linux is today is some Debian spin.
I have very bad memories of that distro. I wiped my whole disk with that distro. Everything, pictures, videos of the family pictures, the whole lot. Trying to install Pardus Linux. I've always had really bad memories of that thing.
No backup.
And I was so desperate because you're right, Matt. It was a really nice looking distro. And that's
you didn't have any backups.
Well, the original version of Pardus was probably the cleanest out of all the KDE 4 based distros from back then. That was probably the best one out there. And there was an official fork of it that's still out there now called PZ Linux, because somebody else took the Pardus name and went off with that Debian project, so they couldn't use the name. But it's called PZ Linux. That is the official, reboot of Pardus. And the package management system and a lot of the packages and the core functions that were built and introduced by Pardus are now being used by Solus Linux, that EO package manager. It's based on the original package manager that Pardus used. So, a lot of elements of that distribution still live on, but not many people are aware of what they are.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I really missed that distro. That was one of the good ones.
I don't know if there's anything I really, really miss. Maybe Ubuntu Unity 16.04, which was so solid for me. Maybe I missed that. But Ubuntu Mate is good. I guess I can't complain. You know.
But see, I'm so picky about my desktops. I like Ubuntu Mate, but I can't get an email notifier working on that desktop. And
really? Wow.
Yeah, and for me, that's enough for me to jump to something else.
Okay.
It has to work exactly the way I want it to work, or I don't like it.
I can dig that. I understand.
I kind of noticed that about all Linux distros. You get one, you download it, you install it, you play with it. It's almost perfect, but there's that one item that just tilts you the wrong way.
Yeah.
So you go to another Linux distro, and that item's fixed, and you really like it, but there's another item that just rubs you the wrong way. And you keep going, and every one of them has got one item at least that rubs you the wrong way.
Well, I like Ubuntu 18.04. I hated Ubuntu after Unity came out. It just was such a buggy experience. It just wasn't very reliable. I like what they've done with GNOME, and I've been using it. But yesterday I realized that I went to launch my game Star Conflict and it wouldn't launch. And then I tried to open up OBS and it says your GPU isn't supported. Well, OBS under Windows on the same computer works just fine. So this has to be some sort of Ubuntu.
Right? Yeah.
So, And then Manjaro's probably my overall favorite distro, but I can't get it to boot on my system. So the distro I like the most,
never ends. It never ends. Yeah.
Yeah, the distro I like the most I can't use because I can't get it to boot on my system.
I think just going on what Dan was saying, I think every desktop environment has something that's annoying or doesn't work, but you've got to find the one that you like and try and work with it and get yourself to adapt.
Well, this is why I stopped distro hopping. Once I found something and get lucky where almost 100% of it works, I'm keeping it, man. I'm not going to hop to this and maybe I'll find something else that breaks or... I mean, to me, it all comes down to the weather app. If it has a solid weather app like Ubuntu Mate, I'm keeping it. So there you go.
Here's one thing to think about. All of us on the stream, with the exception of CJ, well, and Ben's this off breaking.
Yeah.
Or Ben is installing something to break it.
Yeah.
All of us on the chat, with the exception of CJ, all have our little niggles about, what desktop environment, the one thing that's missing here, the one thing that's missing there. The one person, and I'm not trying to jump on a Windows bandwagon, but CJ's sitting there, he's got a smile on his face. He's using Windows 10 on a ThinkPad.
Well, I'm looking at him. He's stress-free. I don't see the pain on his face. He looks younger than his years.
Yeah.
He's got a big smile.
And
here we are moaning and bitching and, and CJ's like, la 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 la, look at me, I'm so happy with the la 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 la.
But I know the reality is that I'm going to have a lot, once I convert, I'm going to have a lot less trouble.
Yeah, but
maybe.
I have Windows 10 Pro over here on that one there.
Is it solid?
It's well the 18.0.
Well, have you checked your zip files?
Hang on, I have a mouse in my apartment. I got to deal with it.
Okay.
Windows 10 had a thing after they fixed it several times where it actually unzipped your files and then zipped them back up, and then it was 0 kbytes.
Right.
It took all the data out of
it saved your empty folder, so way to go, Windows.
It saved your empty zip file. It emptied it out.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I'm pretty happy with Mint. It's pretty much my first distro that I've run full time.
All right.
And I've had no issues. I want to just hop to just learn stuff and try new things, but Mint has just been so awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, it's good. It's awesome. That's why it was voted #1 this year on the channel. Yeah.
You guys reminded me of a question, and so I'm going to represent the dumb newbies out there that will ask the dumb questions, like, and
I probably asked it.
So, okay, let's say in 2021, when the support is supposed to be over with. So I assume the next thing you do, you make a different distribution, or what exactly does a Linux user do? Do you base it on what your purpose is, and if the purposes change? Programs are all lateral, I assume. So what do you do when support is over with? I guess that's a long route to ask.
What happens is all your updates will stop, but your system will continue to work. You'll no longer get kernel updates. Your software packages will no longer get updated regularly. It's just basic things like that stop when the package, if I got this right, when the package expires.
You should upgrade to be safe.
Upgrade to the next version of the distro you're using if it works.
Yeah.
And for me, this kind of being on the user side of life, not the hopping side too much. Like right now you're using, if you're dual booting right now, Mint, and you're dual booting Mint 18 or 19. Yeah. When the end of life comes for that, then all you do is just grab a new ISO, burn it down, back everything up, burn a new ISO, and do a reinstall of the newest version of Mint. Now here's one thing that when we were talking earlier, Ubuntu now, the 1804 is going to.
I finally caught the mouse that's been causing so much havoc.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Oh.
How'd you catch them?
Have you got any cats around the house so you can feed them?
The same way we caught the other ones by hand.
One of the things we were talking about is the end of life on Ubuntu 1804 is now going to 10 years. Does that mean that the distros that are based on 1810 are going to also have a longer lifespan too?
I don't know.
We don't know. It's probably too early to suspect that. But CJ, this would be, in my mind, this would kind of be a cool thing for you. If you have Linux Mint 19 that you're dual booting right now, and Linux Mint decides that they are going to follow end of life for Ubuntu, you have a distro that's less than a year old, and it's got well over 9 years of end of life in it.
Well, you know what this also means? It means it also turns Ubuntu into a rolling distro, because it would have to continuously roll like Manjaro does to always stay current.
Yeah.
That I have to agree with that, because they're going to have to update packages. You can't have packages out of date for 10 years, can you?
Yeah,
So,
and you got to have kernels for new hardware that comes out.
Yeah, but the thing is that even if it has a 10-year lifespan on it, and Ubuntu is still going to, as far as I know, in reading the article, they're still going to stay on the interim releases where they're going to do, they have 1810 now, 1904 is going to come out, then 1910, and then the next LTS is supposed to be 20.04. Is 20.04 in fact going to be another LTS? Or
yeah, that's a good question.
that is that going to be another long-term support release? If it isn't, then I could see that, yeah, like Dan had said, you have to continually, you don't have to continually, but the interim releases with Ubuntu every 9 months, you have to get new kernels in there.
Yeah, you do.
But again, with Ubuntu going to a 10-year release, we don't know what's going on with Canonical. Is there going to be a mechanism if Canonical ends up with a boatload of money because they get bought by God knows who? Do they end up having a mechanism in the distro that they just have an ISO, you burn it to a flash drive, you plug it into your machine, and that ISO figures out what hardware you have. It grabs the most realistic kernel that you need, puts that on the base, puts the distro on top of it, and then after you're done with that, it goes out and it grabs the most current packages of, say, the LibreOffice and GIMP and the other box standard stuff that comes with the distro. It'd be really interesting to know if Canonical is going to keep 20.04 an LTS.
I would have to think they're going to run in line with what they've been doing all this time, but how they implement it with the 10-year support would be interesting, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a hell of a lot to take care of from a company standpoint. I mean, right now they have an LTS comes out every 2 years, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
And those LTSs each get 5 years of support.
Yep.
That's realistic with the developer base they have. But if they have an LTS that comes out every 2 years, but they've extended the support out to 10 years, how much more manpower do they need to not only develop the next LTS or the interim releases plus the next LTS, which is what the interim releases build up to, and then as well support these old distros?
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people. That is a ton of people. And if they end up doing that, they're going to need more money than they've got right now, because Mark Shuttleworth is not going to empty his pockets to support that project. He's putting money into it, but trust me, Mark Shuttleworth is wealthy because he has watched his nickels, dimes, and quarters. So again, is this long-term release thing, is that leading up to something that's not going to be, on one hand, it's going to be really shocking.
Yeah.
The other hand, it's not going to be any big surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be good for the end user, though. I think that's going to be good
for guys like me who want to stick with the distro. You're exactly right. Exactly right. I can install it, and other than keeping my Office software updated, my Office suite, I can stick with the same thing for 10 years, and God knows the machine that I'm on, it's going to inevitably get dropped, or I'm going to spill something on it. It's not going to last 10 years.
It's going to last the life of the machine.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, just speaking on updating your, backing up your documents and so forth, I tend to, in my videos, try and put towards people making a separate data partition. So when you make a separate data partition, you've got your operating system on one partition, you've got your data on the other. You still back it up, but if you want to update to the latest release, even if it's short term, you can do that without losing your data, and you just hook up your data back up to the system in the FS tab. So I tend to do a lot of videos on that because I think that's a really good way to go, because you don't lose anything. Even if you have a really bad catastrophic failure of the operating system, you can reinstall it. Your data's still there. You just hook it back up to FS tab, and away you go, right? So I try to show those things on my videos because I think that's an important way to run Linux, because you've got the flexibility there.
Going back to what CJ was asking, you know, once you get to the point where something's going to go end of life, Guy, it's kind of up to you. I mean, if you've been using Linux Mint and you're happy with it, when the next release is coming out, kind of keep an eye out on the web, and when they start releasing like the beta stuff, burn it onto a USB and do a live test drive and see if things are still the way that you like them. And if they are, wait until the next release. Maybe give it a little bit of time after the next release comes out, because there's always the overlap of when what you're using is going to go end of life to when the new release, you know, starts. There's always the overlap, and then pick and choose what you want to use.
You know, one thing I wanted to say, because the topic that we talked about before was how to succeed on YouTube. For some newbies who are both new to Linux and YouTube, it might be hard to do both, learning YouTube, how it works, and then learning Linux.
Yep.
It just popped into my head. You might want to pick something that you've been doing over the years that you already know something about, like whatever, cars or painting. Do that, and maybe if you have an interest in Linux, do that on the side until you get comfortable. Because what I did, I really can't recommend. I was learning Linux and learning YouTube, and doing it. It was a lot. I mean, I did it, but I'm not sure I could recommend that to a newbie. So it's just a thought.
That makes sense.
Why don't we, those of you who came on the stream late, we did actually talk about the original topic for tonight. Just when this is done processing, when we're done, you can rewind this. And I will transcode this video this week into an audio podcast. You can download it later if you want to. It's free of charge. So, all right, let's do just a little bit of news and nonsense.
I don't know about you, Toss. I'm getting a lot of feedback from someone. Are you getting feedback?
I'm hearing
it. Just
yeah.
me? Yeah.
Does it sound like a lawnmower? It might be my neighbours.
I'm hearing like shh like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can hear clearly, but I hear it in the background. Yeah.
Hey,
It's not that bad though. Yeah.
Ben, can you mute yourself once?
It's gone now. It's gone.
Oh, it's gone. Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. What do we have?
Earbuds. Hold on.
Okay. Let's get to the website here. It's the Windows guy, yeah. Yeah. Nice to see you too, Joey. Yeah. Bada bing. Yeah. We'll let Ben put on his earbuds.
There you go.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up, buddy.
Joe, if you want to join, unless you're stuffing your fat face for that pizza still. I'm just kidding. Love you, buddy.
Hey, you not stuffing your pie hole yet?
Yeah. Put that pizza down, Joe. Get on here.
Oh God. We really are friendly here. Oh God.
Oh, there's Ben trying to untangle his
earbuds.
Ben.
It's like headphones from scratch.
How many times have these things gone through the washer and dryer, buddy?
Headphones from scratch.
Oh, look at that.
Good God, look at that.
Terrible.
I don't recommend scissors.
Dude, I've seen a 6-year-old untangle.
Just use Bluetooth.
I've seen a 6-year-old untangle a fishing line easier than that.
I can't tie a rope that sophisticated, but all you have to do is drop those things down, and that's it. Done.
They like self-tangle, yeah.
These have been in my jeans for all night, practically.
Yeah,
Oh, don't worry about it. Just sit down and enjoy the show. Just sit.
Okay, they're finally untangled.
Okay. Jeez.
These are not even meant to.
Okay, how can I resist that invitation?
Hey,
Hey, look who's here. It's Joey Pizza. Right.
I should go get it out of the fridge. It's like this thick.
Oh my god.
you missed some sauce, Joe.
Yeah, right. Well, that's why his shirt turned red.
Yeah, that's right. He spilled sauce. His shirt turned red. But a boom.
There we go.
Lord.
All right.
Finally.
Did you ask him to cut it in 6 pieces, not 8, because you weren't that hungry, or?
Wow, I almost blew my ear.
I should know better. I already feel like it's just sitting there.
Have them cut it in squares. They're smaller.
Oh god.
I saw that video.
All right. We're ready. Okay, let's get into some oddball news. Let's see what he had. This is off of Yahoo. Homeless Aussie. Hey, this is for your Australian guys, okay? Homeless Aussie who helped thwart attack charged with theft. A homeless Australian man who shot to fame after using a shopping trolley to help police thwart militant attack in Melbourne has been charged over a series of burglaries. Yes, he was stealing too much Vegemite. I don't know. Let's see. This is in Philadelphia. Boy, the Philadelphia Eagles don't look good, by the way. The team. Anyway, stranded camel entertains motorists along the snowy roadway. Yeah, to see the camel's head open, camel style.
What the hell is a camel doing in Philadelphia?
That sounds sad.
I don't know, man. It says
They had to escape from the zoo.
Yeah, did it get out of the zoo or something?
it says a surprisingly powerful storm that swept across Pennsylvania. You got to read the rest, but I won't read the rest of it. Anyway, a stranded camel entertains. How? Like it's taking a dump on the cars, or what? How's it entertaining? You know?
It must have been hump day.
It was hump day, yeah. But a bump up. Okay, all right.
Oh god, what's on?
This is from Colorado. Wildlife officials seize mountain lion kitten fed bratwurst.
What?
I
Okay,
guess
so
mountain
Yeah,
lion,
that's
like
German-
the sausage. Yeah.
German sausage, isn't it?
Yeah,
Bratwurst? Bratwurst, is it?
Bratwurst, yeah, I know. Hey, he stole my sausage. Gee.
No,
Hey.
Big fat things.
yeah,
Yeah,
bratwursts are German sausages, but from where Joe is from, up in Wisconsin, it's
Yeah.
one of the 5 food groups.
Yeah. All right, what else we have here? This is in Maine. Palmyra. No. Police capture unruly and uncooperative runaway pig. Guys, be nice to your wives. I'm just, never mind. Okay.
Oh,
Just a joke. It's a joke. It's a guy thing.
Oh, yeah.
Switch to Linux is in the house. He just announced a raid.
Let's see, what else do we have here?
Your dad was stuck in traffic today for like 3 hours on the freeway driving from Utah to Las Vegas, and he was the reason was there was an accident of a truck hauling expired dog food. It rolled over. The truck rolled over, but it had expired dog food that is supposedly fed to pigs. Who knew?
Oh.
And then that truck rolled over, and there was a mess all over the freeway.
Dog
But I
day
learned
afternoon.
something
Yeah.
today. Expired dog food is apparently fed to pigs.
Yep. I actually knew that, surprisingly.
Okay.
Oh, you mean someone else knew this?
Yeah. Yeah, from summers growing up on the farm, expired dog food, cat food, and there's some other human food items that are kept and they're used to feed pigs.
All right, let's see what else we have here off the news. Why? This is from Alabama. Rolling in toilet paper. Sheriff buys 24,000 extra rolls of toilet paper.
what the?
Are they opening are they opening a chain of Taco Bells here? I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but
Oh, Lord,
Maybe you-
Taco Bell.
Must have ordered it through his crap app toss.
yeah, 24,000 extra rolls of tea.
Must be expecting a lot of business over the holidays.
I guess so. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here.
Please don't squeeze the Charmin.
Yeah, really. A football fan. This is from New Jersey. A football fan charged with DWI blames team's performance. Sure, why not?
Yeah. Just tell the judge that.
Yeah, no problem. Works
Judge.
all the time.
Oh God.
Let's see here. National Grid to use noise cannon to scare away crows. I could see that actually. Runaway elephant returned to upstate New York sanctuary. Hey, you seen the freaking elephant, Joe? Yeah, he went that way. It was
He
unbelievable.
was hanging out with the camel.
That's what open camel style. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh God.
All right. Animal control officers, nearby helpers catch loose chicken.
There's
Okay.
a lot of animals going haywire here. In the news.
I guess, yeah.
There's something goofy going on with the planet.
Are we almost getting close to a full moon or something?
I haven't looked.
I have no idea.
Toss, take a look at that weather app of yours.
Well, let me see if it
that's
tells me. I don't know if this weather app tells me the moon, or let me see
I
here.
think it's close to a new moon.
I think
It
it's
gives
broken.
me dew, relative humidity, pressure, visibility. It does not give me the moon. I do not want to get mooned. No.
My weather indicator is telling me it's the first quarter.
Well, you know, they do
Well,
say
excuse me.
they do say over here in Australia in the hospitals, they do have a lot more, what can you say, issues on a full moon night. With aggression and so forth.
I don't get that. I mean, every time I see a full moon, I'm like, oh, really? How exciting! I don't feel anything.
Man.
You know, but we're talking about Australia though, and I once heard on a TV show. And Colin, this is no offense to you, but they were
that's fine, mate.
they were talking about a race. I think like the Bathurst 1000 or something.
Yeah, Bathurst, yeah.
Yep, in Australia, and they said that years prior they had too many problems with people over drinking. So what they did is they limited the Aussie fans to the amount of alcohol they could bring into their campsite. And this race is only a day long. They limited the fans to 2 cases, 48 cans of beer, or I think 6 or 8 liters of wine. And that was for one day.
Yeah, well, it depends how many's in the group.
Right.
No, that was a limitation per person. So
For the person, yeah, fair enough.
fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know. If I like
Let's
that
see.
person.
Woman with emotional support squirrel removed from plane.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Police at Florida airport removed a passenger who refused to get off a Cleveland-bound flight after she was found an emotional support. These damn mosquitoes, squirrel. But
Did the squirrel have one of those little vests on that said support animal?
I don't know. I'm gonna go there, but I guess they allow emotional support animals. Damn. But
You need to get some Venus flytraps.
you know, it's not even out. There's something going on high with these little gnats. Even at the restaurants, I see these little things flying, and I don't get it. You know.
I think they're following you.
Yeah, right. Because
We
they really
call them
like
fruit flies up here.
fruit flies. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, because I'm such a fruit. Bada bing.
Oh god.
Let's see.
I hate
here.
flies too. They drive me absolutely nuts.
Yeah. Rock. I think I mentioned rock that was used as a doorstep is actually a meteorite worth $100,000.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah, good story.
Stub
Yeah.
your toe on $100,000.
Yeah. Joe, you won't believe I hit my toe. I banged it on some. Next thing you know, I got 100 G's. Anyway. Let's see here. Antsy at the airport. Insects colonize family car in 3 days. Haha. Let's see here.
You know, Ben says he doesn't like flies. Ben, dude, you spend 2.5 days trying to install an OS. They
Yeah.
probably show up because they think you're dead. Dude, you're just sitting there looking at the computer, drooling. Why wouldn't a fly try to land on you?
Yeah,
Sweating out Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be like man's worst nightmare.
I know. Escaped horses run loose in rush hour traffic. Okay.
There's something going on with the animals.
I guess so, man. It's I think I mentioned this. Bull gets lodged in vehicle during mid-road fight. The loaded bull.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who's the bull fighting? Who's the bull fighting with?
Let me see if it says here. Another bull? I don't know. A fight between two bulls. Duh.
Huh.
Yeah.
It was a crocodile. That was a croc and bull show.
Yes, right.
Honey, I'm home from work late because they had to watch a bullfight.
Yep.
Joe Pinico, folks, will be back at 8:30. Free bowl of soup with the second show.
This is cool. This is cool. Newlyweds take wedding photo on freeway when car breaks down. Oh. Like, hey, car broke down.
Our first breakdown.
Thanks, Chevy.
While we're married.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
That's oh my god.
I don't know. Argentina chefs cook. Here you go, Joey. Argentina chefs cook 11,280 pizzas in 12 hours.
Wow, pizza.
Guess they were hungry.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what they taste like?
Ugh.
I don't know.
That's got to be a long conveyor belt.
Yeah, really. Let's see.
Think of how many pizzas are being made at this very moment on a Friday night.
I know. I still like this story. Woman celebrates divorce by blowing up wedding dress. That's what it says. So
I did that.
Someone had a temper.
I did that after my last divorce.
What, blew up your wedding dress?
Oh, the exes. Unfortunately, she wasn't
scary.
in it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Police capture loose goat after short chase in Texas.
Here we go with the animals.
Oh,
Kangaroos interrupt youth soccer game.
Wow. I'm telling you, there's something about to go down.
There's nothing worse than a
We're going to
leaf
be taken over by the animals.
oh god.
There is. There's something going on.
And if you really think about it, it usually don't get this cold and snow at this time of the month.
No.
Usually it don't start till next month.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Maybe it's El Nino.
El Nino.
It's L something.
Well, there was a couple of small El Nino. I was watching a NOAA thing on YouTube, prediction, and there were a couple of small El Ninos out in the Pacific. That it was interesting predictions. Should be a long winter.
Let's see what else we have here. Man 35 marries computer hologram.
What?
Surrounded by nearly 40 people, a 35-year-old man reportedly married a virtual hologram earlier.
Was it Cortana?
It was Cortana, man. Cortana Montana.
I would have bet on Ben, but Ben isn't alive yet.
I don't know if that's.
I am not interested in Cortana.
Okay.
If it was Cortana, I feel sorry for him. She already knows everything about him.
Oh.
What was that, CJ?
I said I don't know what's worse, that or those dolls we were talking about last week.
Oh god.
Marrying a hologram.
Marrying a
Yeah, we were talking about the technology taking control and having a virtual doll for. Anyway, it's this world coming to, man. Yeah.
This world is going to the dogs.
We are the Borg. You'll be assimilated.
Yeah, when you did that speech, that video, the first thing that came to my mind was that movie Cherry 2000. That was like the groundbreaking movie for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Men with beards more attractive, according to study. Oh.
I saw that on the news. I was like, oh my word.
That's the first I've heard that. Interesting. Divorce explosion heard 25 kilometers away.
Oh, God.
Drug to make cow poo less smelly has been approved.
I wonder if it makes some meat taste
What?
any
What?
worse.
They give it more Vegemite? What? I don't know, but
I don't know.
When I drive all through Wisconsin, that's one of my favorite things is the smells of the farms. I don't like, funny me, you know. I realize it's weird, but it's one of the nice, pleasant smells. When you leave the city, you have to be a city boy to feel that way.
If they put something in the cow, you're going to get a taste of it.
Yeah, really. Let's see here. Couple used stolen brain to get high.
What the
Stolen brain? Brains.
To get high.
We need brains.
Well, that couple had no brains. Ha ha.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard all my life.
I know. Jeez. Talk about brain dead. Let's see here.
Brain on brain.
I don't know where these people get these things. Man. I feel bad for that dead person.
Grandmother removes teeth to scare off pest.
What the?
That's all I'm going to say on that one, yeah. Let's see here. Goats addicted to human urine airlifted from National Park.
What the?
I know.
Oh, were they breaking into porta potties?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Porta potty, man. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Mountain Dew?
yeah, really. Oh, TV news crew robbed. TV news crew robbed while filming crime segment.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, man.
Best time to do it.
Student sues over failed assignment. Whatever.
Wow.
I know, it takes all
I'm going to
kinds.
teach my
I
kids to
don't
do.
think so.
That's right. What, is he a law student?
Yeah.
Let's try one more page here. Then we'll move
Actually, there was a story where some students went to a law school and they were guaranteed jobs when they completed all their stuff to go through law school. When they got out of law school and got their bar exam and passed and everything, the school didn't deliver on the jobs, so the students turned around and sued the school.
What the hell?
Yeah. I heard this on the radio one morning. Is the funniest thing to listen to.
Let's see here. Russian town hires cat thief to attend to strays. Interesting.
Cat thief or cat burglar?
It says, that's what it says. A cat thief. What else do we have?
Vince has his 3-year-old watching.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's see here. There's those dolls that we talked about last week. The technology thing, I won't go there.
Dear God.
I know, really.
Oh, man.
Anything else on this page before I wrap this up?
Joe, is that a Blackhawks shirt you're wearing?
No, it's the name of a business I used to own. Blackhawk. It was Blackhawk Construction, and I had Blackhawk Home Care too. I get asked that a lot because my plates used to say Blackhawk. My wife's license plate says BK Hawk too, but it's for Blackhawk Properties. So.
Well, nothing else on this page, so we'll wrap this up soon. Anyway, Anna Rita, hello. How are you? You missed all the fun stuff.
She missed all the laughter.
She said next time she was going to bring the martinis, though.
I know.
Good for
Vodka
her.
martini, shaken, not stirred. Mr. Bond. Mr. Bond.
You know, aren't they going to get a new Bond now? I think we should. I think we should put in a petition for you.
I could do the voiceover if he gets sick. No, I could do the voice. I could be the bad guy. I'm Mr. Bond. You have met your match. I fight to the death with Miss Piggy.
We're gonna make it animated.
Yeah, Mr. Bond.
You can do the voice of Bond in animation.
You're not so tough. I know. You're not so
No,
tough.
I don't think Bond has ever had, and I've seen every one of the movies. I don't think Bond has ever had an Italian person or entity as the villain of the movie. Has he?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
What would it be? Hey, Mr. Bond, I will kill you. Hey, what's the matter with you? No,
let's not do that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who the next bad guy is going to be.
Steve, just so you know, I've been tweaking my peppermint on here too a little bit more. I was having issues. I hooked up a second monitor. Sorry, Carm. I just it came to mind. I was thinking about this. How many people know that if you're having issues with opening the screen and it jumps to the other monitor? That was one of my fights, and then I finally figured it out. You had to put the Compiz config manager settings manager in there.
Good old Compiz, man.
Yep.
Compiz.
And then the settings where you can lock it. You can lock it in place. And then you just do a reboot.
In the fourth James Bond film, Thunderbolt, there was the assassin Fiona Volpe. She was Italian.
Thunderball, yeah.
Thunderball.
Thunderball.
I'm trying to think. Was Thunderball the one that had the
that was shot underwater?
Yeah. I was going to say. I think the climax or the end fight scene was done underwater, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they just hired what's his name back as Bond. I think they started filming now. They've been doing Bond. Right now, it's being called just Bond 25 because it's going to be the 25th film. Right. Yeah.
And he can't make up his mind whether he wants it or not. Wants to come back or not.
Well, he's doing this. I think they got him back, but this I think is his final one.
This is
number
his
5.
one.
I think so. Yeah.
Batman change every few movies.
But I was watching him in the movie called Cowboys and Aliens the other night. It was
That's
weird.
a good one. Yeah.
It was weird, but it was good. Yeah, I didn't expect it. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up soon. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, you can join next time if you want to. I'm going to wrap this up about 5 minutes. So, I think the best Bond that he did was probably Skyfall. It was really good.
Oh yeah.
Adele wrote the theme song Skyfall. Wonderful song. I think it won an award, Academy Award, I think. Yeah. The last one he did, Spectre, was so-and-so. Skyfall was the better one. Hello, Ron. Welcome to the stream.
I still like all the ones back in the 60s from Russia with Love all the way up to
Live or Let Die.
Live or Let Die.
I like the soundtrack.
That one was hilarious.
When you were young.
What was that, CJ?
They had the better cars then, too.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I like the car in The Spy Who Loved Me that went underwater. The Lotus.
Yeah, Carly Simon sung the music for that.
Like heaven above me, the spy who loved me. Yeah, I remember. Nobody does it better than Windows. Makes me feel sad for the rest.
Yeah, that song.
Nobody does it quite as.
I actually have that album.
I wasn't looking, but the bugs somehow found me. Anyway. Yeah. I was watching on YouTube the history. They had an interview with Frankie Valli. He's still around doing concerts in his 80s, and he had a big hit song in the 70s. Oh, what a night. Remember that song? Late December. Because I changed the words. Oh, what a fight. Late December back in 93. What a very bloody night for me. Anyway, it's a joke.
That song came out. That was my first favorite song. I was like 2 or 3 years old. And I love that song.
No, it's just catchy. It's you can sing to that and Who Loves You Pretty Baby. I mean, they were on a roll for that period of time, Now they got like Jersey Boys or something, yeah. But
man.
Yeah, but he's 84 and he still has that falsetto voice for his age. Good for him. Him and Tony Bennett are just rocking along, So, but
didn't a famous musician just pass away in the last day or two?
Stan Lee.
No,
Stanley, that's the one.
Roy Clark.
Roy Clark.
Okay.
I thought he's been gone for a while. They were just celebrating his life is what it was.
No,
Okay.
85 years old, complications of pneumonia, I think.
Oh, maybe you're right. Okay,
You're right, Joe.
Actually, okay, because I was gonna say the other one too was Burgess Meredith that popped up on there too. That they were 97. That may be the one I was thinking.
They're going so fast I can't keep track of them anymore.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, Quails, we are still on. I don't know why. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
You want me to jump off so someone else can come on?
No, I'm going to wrap this up here. We've been on for over 2 hours. So
Yes,
it's been almost 3 hours. Yeah, time flies when you're not having fun. I'm just kidding. I'm just, you know me, anything for a laugh.
Time flies when you're wasting somebody else's time.
When you waste somebody else's time, yeah. Yes.
Oh, man.
Wait. Does somebody say cannolis here? Or that was you, Tim? Oh, okay.
No, Anna Rita said something about children nuts and
Matthew's been gone for like, I know. 15, 20 minutes.
I don't know.
I think his mouse escaped. Yes, he's been chasing it ever since.
That or they ran into a herd of them.
Yeah, that's right.
The mouse bought the family over. Yeah.
Next, you'll see the mouse come up.
I know.
Yeah. He's chasing Ratatouille.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, is a group of mice called a herd? You know, like you have a herd of cattle.
Pack of mice.
Pack of mice, is it? Yeah.
Is it a pack of mice?
Pack of mice.
Yeah.
Like a 6-pack.
Yeah.
I was just
A 6-pack of mice.
An invasion of mice. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's chasing the 3 blind mice.
I feel bad for him.
This is how YouTube is so eclectic. We've gone from teaching you how to succeed on YouTube, pizza and mice. Where else can you find this quality programming?
Demonstrating the quality of entertainment.
Yeah, don't forget Vegemite from scratch.
And we
how could I forget the axle grease? Yes.
And we did all of this without nudity or a single curse word.
I know. That's something.
Well, we had Tim, we had a couple of swear words, but not many.
Keep your shirt on, Ben.
Yeah.
I'm not taking my top off. Don't worry. Besides, you wouldn't like what you see beneath, believe me.
What was that, CJ?
Well, he has a tattoo, Linux from scratch.
No. My dad would kill me if I got a tattoo.
What were you trying to say, CJ?
It reminded me I was going to add to his success on YouTube thing by giving away ways that you could offset that budget by all the money you're going to save on pants. I mean,
Yeah. Next time I'll have to unbutton my shirt. I don't have a button on the shirt, Anna Rita.
Toss is doing so good he doesn't even wear pants out of the house anymore.
One thing we did discuss the quality of internet you need to do YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. DSL versus cable. If you're going to do live streams, DSL probably will not work. That's good.
No, of course not.
You need to go cable or fiber or Metamucil or whatever's out there.
Yeah, Metamucil. That'll get it through pretty quick.
Actually, I'm talking to you guys right now on DSL.
Really?
Yes.
Really? No.
Well, you see, Toss.
Which service? What's the name of the service?
I have Frontier, and what they do to make the DSL better is they don't use just one phone line; they use 2.
Oh,
the modem has 2 dedicated phone lines.
And there's no buffering. No kidding.
And then on the outside of the house, they put a little wheel with a couple of mice in it. Help speed things up.
But the thing is, Dan actually said that 10 minutes ago.
Oh, so it's on a delay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
but they actually got fiber optics out by the box where the.
So I guess it's okay, so it's but still probably cable is the best. Yeah. Remember Tony Orlando and Don? Yeah. Knock 3 times on the windows if you want. Yeah, something like that.
Well, I'll say this much: I am not using LFS as my daily driver. And Hell no.
Ben, you haven't had a daily driver for 6 years.
Oh, God.
Hey, Ben's dad.
Hey. Hey, there's a Linux developer just came by the camera, man.
Yeah, you see him?
The Linux repairman.
There's the other. There's
There's the assistant.
There's the assistant. Yeah.
Tell Mr. and Mrs. Ben Senior we said hi.
Yeah.
All of them now.
They need to come wave and say hello.
Yeah, really. Making this come on, it's a family show. Come on.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Oh, man.
Don't embarrass him.
It's all good. We all make fun of ourselves, don't we, Tim? Yeah, we do.
You know what? If I didn't make fun of myself, there'd be plenty of other people to do it. I might as well beat them. I might as well beat them to it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
If we have any final questions or comments in the chat, I'm going to wrap this up at 11 p.m. How does that sound?
That sounds okay to me.
Okay. Anything that we missed for you newbies out there for YouTube or Linux questions? I mean, you guys know how to reach me. Go ahead and again, if you're new watching this, please really don't be shy. We really are better than this. No, just kidding.
not very often.
Not very often. Yeah. I mean, my intro for the show was pretty good, I have to admit, giving you all the tips and tricks of the trade. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was good, Toss. I would say that.
So,
Colin,
and then it went downhill from there, but no.
Colin, what do you got? What do you got coming up next time around? What are we looking for from PCTLC?
I've just created a video on how to install Deepin on a multi-boot and also on a full disk. So I wanted to just show people how to do that. That's in VirtualBox because I can't do it on real hardware because it doesn't have live environment, obviously.
Yep.
And then I'll be looking around the Deepin 15.8 desktop as well. I want to see how much it's changed. I'm installing it now. I'm just installing it now.
Now, all these distros you got loaded onto one drive on their own partitions, do they all have access to a single home folder somewhere?
Yeah, I've got a data partition, so I can actually hook up all. So I just make a music folder, a documents folder, downloads folder, and then I just hook that up. Or you can actually just mount it. Just click on it and mount it. That's the other way. Or you can auto-mount it through FS Tab.
Okay.
Did you see Anna Rita's last comment there?
I watch her.
Anna Rita's last comment there?
Yeah, I did. I did not know that.
I think that was a misspell.
Yeah, that's yeah.
She's gone.
Oh boy.
9 or 10 o'clock.
It's yeah.
I bet you Anna Rita's a red in the face now.
She's like, oh my god, what the hell?
Oh God.
And then we got our buddy Steve. Steve's going to be doing a big get together. Be there or be square.
Oh God.
Oh, today is it, or tonight, or whatever the time is around the world? It's lunchtime for me.
I think Steve's going to throw one together on Sunday morning.
Yeah,
So
I do. I get up early and
we'll have to tune into that and see what he's got to say.
It's approaching lunch.
as usual, not a lot. No.
Come on, Steve, throw one together right now after this ends. Live large. Come on. And then Carmine could come on.
I can't beat this. It's like.
Well, it's not that hard to do. No, just kidding. Did you see Anna Rita? My spelling is my contribution to the channel. Oh God.
Oh boy.
Hello, Chad V. How are you?
If I remember, Anna Rita, you're from
Canada.
No, well, she's in Canada, but her nationality.
She's Portuguese.
Yeah.
Portuguese.
So I have one of my assistants who's Mexican, and she types how she speaks. Funny.
Makes sense.
Hey Ben, I think we have a lot of background noise coming from you.
Hang on.
Ton of background noise.
People talking. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Portuguese live in Canada. Yes, we remember Anna Rita. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. It must be cold in Canada. Do you need warmed up? Just use a hot distro.
It's cold here. It's cold in Canada because this is that's where the cold comes from.
Yep.
Hello, Robert. Which Bond film co-starred Dean Martin's uncle? I didn't know that. I have no idea.
Dean Martin's uncle was oh, I forgot his name.
I don't know.
I know who he's talking about. Dean Martin's uncle was a dancer, I think.
I don't know. I don't know that one.
Yeah, now that you're saying that.
Really?
Leonard, I think it's Leonard something or other.
Leonard Barr.
Leonard Barr. Yep.
Did not know that. And I should know this is where Dean Martin was born. In Ohio. But, yeah. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Anyway.
Until you forget who they were.
That's until you get drunk and you pick up the wrong wife from work.
You know what? Dean had the best one line ever. For you people that don't drink, I feel sorry for you because when you get up in the morning, that's the best you're going to feel all day.
He used to
Here now.
his weekly show. Yeah, he was a natural. I remember him doing a song, "Strangers in the Night, Strangers in the Night." At first she hugged me, strangers in the night, and then she mugged me.
You know, some of my favorite radio to listen to nowadays is I have a bunch of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis radio shows downloaded, and I've got them on my phone. And every so often when I go to bed at night, if I just feel like I need something to listen to, I'll listen to old Martin and Lewis shows.
You're good.
Well, those Dean Martin roasts are classic. Yeah.
He was unique. He portrayed himself as a drinker, and he really wasn't.
Right.
And he was a big family man. After he'd be home early and with his family.
I met his daughter Dina. It was the last year we took a picture. She's a real sweet lady.
She's got a set of pipes on her, just like her dad did.
She can sing, yeah.
And she can belt it out, boy.
I think they live in. I think they moved out of California. They said the traffic. I think they're in Mississippi or the place where they have casinos. Is it Mississippi? Somewhere south, but yeah. And I do listen to podcasts instead of the wife soaring. Okay. Hi, honey, love you.
Well, I have to turn into a pumpkin, guys.
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap this up here too. So
it is always my pleasure to be able to join you, Tom.
This was fun. Yes, always. This was fun.
It's great to see the whole gang here, Steve and Joe and Dan and Colin. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a bit.
Nice to see you too.
But Toss hasn't been on this time for a little while. So
no, not this late. Yeah, I haven't.
So normally
you started pretty early. You started at 8:30.
Yeah, because for a while I was doing them late. And remember a month or so I got sick for 2 weeks. I think one of the reasons was I was going to bed, not getting enough sleep, and working in this. And doing it. I had to stop. I just had to take a break.
That's fair enough.
I figure, I feel a little better now. It's the holidays, so we'll do a few late shows.
It ain't good to push them to 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, listen to your body. Yeah. So,
CJ,
if you got time off and you're on vacation or something, why not? But it's probably one of the drawbacks is it's hard, especially for me to get a schedule going because of the hours I put in.
Well, it's right. So
how are you going to do that, Steve? Are you just going to wing it? How are you going to make your schedule for shows?
Yeah, the best I can. I mean, I might shoot, right now Sunday's been on like my only day off, but I can't. I'd love to sleep late, but my back, if I stay in bed, because I'm normally up at 5:30 in the morning. So for me, if I sleep to 7, that's sleeping in.
Wow.
Same here.
Well, I'll sometimes I like to wake up at the crack of noon.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, me too.
Because then, so it's trying to get a quiet place. Once my son is up, there's no quiet place in the house to kind of do this.
Yeah, but Toss is the type of guy that he'll get up and he'll get to his desk at 7:30 in the morning. He'll take a look around and say, I don't want to open up a can of worms this late in the day.
Well, the morning shows like Good Morning Lennox on Sundays. In the summertime, I'm doing them in my shorts, a shirt. You know, I haven't showered yet. I look kind of, you know, but I have the webcam on, you know. But anyway, sometimes I'll do that spur of the moment. You know, Good Morning Lennox shows in the morning. And
they say the webcam takes off 10 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah, but in my case, it puts on 15 years.
All right. There's no other newbie in the house who wants to say hello. This is your final chance. You can have what's behind door number 3.
Hello.
You can have this.
CJ, it was nice seeing you tonight too.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
I like seeing you.
Yes, CJ.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
You're helping me. You can pick on me anytime you want. You need someone to pick on. I am the Windows guy.
CJ, one of these nights you need to give us a show with those drums, man.
Oh yeah, well, you know, there's enough times I should be doing boom for you guys.
There you go.
Listen. Wait. Can you take us out now with a little like an outro?
I won't do it right now. It's not very late here, but it is a little later than I play.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. It's 8 o'clock on the West Coast, but I only play after a certain time.
Okay. All right. Must be a musician's rule thing. I don't know.
It would catch the neighbors off guard.
Oh, got it. Okay. We'll just blame it on the Italian guy. Blame it on the Godfather. I got a call from the family. I couldn't say no, you know.
You'd have to think, what would Keith Moon do?
Drink a bunch, crash his car into the hotel swimming pool, and then go and sleep with a bunch of broads?
Yeah.
Well, besides that.
Yeah. Anyway.
I had to do it. This guy on YouTube had his caddy trunk open.
Yeah. Right. I haven't used the caddy trunk, and it's nice and clean. It smells great, you know. Yeah.
Because you haven't stuffed anybody in it for a couple of months.
I know. I've been too busy looking for trouble.
There's actually at my a place next to my work. There's a car that's been showing up. I'm pretty sure it's a Cadillac. It's a left-hand drive, and there's a young bloke working on it. It came from Arizona, I think he said.
Oh.
So he works for a panel beater. So he gets to work on it about 45 minutes every day. You see him out there. It's got a bit of rust through the back window, but it's got those back windows that are sort of like on an angle type thing, and it sits very low. It's quite a nice looking car, and he's going to do it up. So I'm interested to see what he does with it. So
got the angle back window. What is that an old Eldorado?
Eldorado, yeah.
Is it? Oh, I'm not sure.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
I think it is.
It's good. It's like it's sort of a dark greenish type color as well. So, but he reckons being in Arizona, there's not a lot of cold weather out that way, so the body's in good condition. Just the back window.
Usually the interior gets all burned up.
Yeah.
Is that right? Oh, okay. I didn't see the interior.
Arizona, the sun beats up the dashboards and the seats, and the worst that you have to deal with is if you get a nick in the paint or something, and then get any water on it, it'll tend to rust us a little bit. But
yeah, that's the back windows rusted around the back window frame. He needs to redo that, he reckons. So yeah.
It's really funny that you'd call it left-hand drive because here we use terms like front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive.
Yeah,
not left side drive.
Left Vegemite, right Vegemite, center Vegemite.
But cars sold in Australia are right-hand drive, right, Colin?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we're right-hand drive over here. So if somebody's driving an American car, you could basically have a chat with them on the road if you stopped at the traffic lights.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
Okay,
I never thought. Yeah.
Okay, now I have a question. Okay, inquiring minds want to know, Colin, if you're sitting in a right-hand drive vehicle with a manual gearbox, is first gear closest to you and up, or is it furthest away from you and up?
Furthest away from you and up.
Okay. Are there any cars where they reverse that pattern?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of, anyway.
Okay. I always wondered that.
But the other thing I've been wondering is, on your left-hand drive, which side is the clutch on?
Left.
On the left?
On the left.
It's on the left, is it? Okay, so that's a standard because ours is on the left as well. Okay.
Right. Okay. Everything I think is the same except the wheel placement.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But
So
where's
your gas pedal would be right by the right side door then, right?
That's correct. Yes. So you're right. So on a manual car, your right is further to the right and up, or closest to you?
Same as you.
Oh, same as us. Okay.
In a left-hand drive car, first gear is towards you and forward.
So everything's the same except the position of the steering wheel by the sounds of it then.
Yep.
It's interesting. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Welcome to Total Cars Today. So, all right, we're going to wrap this up now. Thank you, everybody in the live chat who joined in. If you missed any part of this, just replay it. I think there was some good stuff that we talked about before this nonsense. So, and hopefully some of the information will help someone out there getting started. So, thank you, everybody here in the live chat. Always a pleasure. And we'll do it again sometime. So, yeah, just, click on the notification bell and hopefully it'll work this time, Ding. Anyway, yeah.
Just before we go, I just want to say, Tim, it's good to see you're looking healthy. I was a bit concerned for you there at one stage. So,
thank you.
Very happy to see you looking healthy, mate. And I hope everything's working out for you.
Slow but sure.
I mean, Vegemite does wonders. It's amazing.
No, I actually ordered a case in case I needed to get.
Yeah, it's good for the complexion. I thought you looked 10 years younger there, Tim. I wonder what it was, man. All right. Good night, Ron, Mike, everybody. Good night, everybody here.
Take care, guys.
I'll catch you guys later. Yeah.
See you later, Toss. Thanks very much. See you guys.
Thank
good
you.
To see you again.
Peace and love.
Bye-bye.
Arrivederci.
Thanks again.
See ya. Bye.
Right.